Do you want to go VIP style to the championship? Would you like to do that? I'm sure you would. Basketball's championship series is not that far away. Every lineup you make on Prize Picks will enter you in the Takes Two ticket sweepstakes. It's on right now on the Prize Picks app. And this could get you and a +1. So you and your guest are going VIP style to the ship, okay? The ship, as in the championship. Download the Prize Picks app. Use my code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y. Make a $5 play, get a $50 bonus. Prize Picks, run your game.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A good karma brands radio station.
Here we go, Travis Rogers, DeMarco Farr.
The far side. You ready for the far side?
I'm in the far side.
You're in the far side.
Welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. So let's get to the fun, shall we? The Travis and DeMarco Show right now.
Yeah! What up, baby?
Schedule release day today.
I am geeked. So excited. Let's go. Let's figure out where
Christmas morning.
we're going.
It is. We're going to unwrap it in a little bit and see. Like, it's funny because we know who. We just don't know the order.
Where, when, all that stuff. Yeah.
Well, we know where. We just don't know the order.
I'm getting excited. I'm getting nervous. They get that queasy feeling. Yeah, it's weird. There's
We've
a lot
already
riding
opened
on
one
this year.
gift.
Huh?
We've already opened one gift.
Yes.
We know
Yes.
where they're playing London.
And you know the buy, which is a little part of the gift.
Yeah.
Because is it always the week after? It is, right? If you go overseas, your buy.
The buy?
Yeah.
You always get the rest after.
Yeah, you get the week
rest
after.
the London trip. You get the rest after Thursday night. So it's in effect a double buy. So all that's important. I mean, that's the first thing I look for. Number one, who you open up with. Where's the buy?
Yeah.
And selfishly,
Go
where
ahead.
the hell are we going in December?
Exactly.
That's selfishly.
Miami.
Yeah, you hopefully go to
Phoenix.
Miami, Arizona.
Big smile.
Or
Yay.
Dallas.
Could be Detroit. It could be, it could be one of those places
If
that's
it's in
inside.
Detroit, I'm happy that's indoors.
Not so bad.
I'm looking for Green Bay and Chicago and where and when, if it's on the schedule. But
So we've got that, and that is exciting.
Yes.
But the big news of the day.
Da, da, da.
The big news of the the big news of the day. Max is now HBO Max again.
We're coming soon.
We're coming all the way back around again, where it's just going to be HBO before anything else.
Wait,
so we went from
Max
HBO.
is HBO Max again?
So here, let me see, Emily, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
here.
Okay.
We had HBO.
Yes.
HBO was HBO.
Home
And that's
box
what
office.
it was, a cable only is when it was called
Yeah.
HBO.
And then we had HBO that became HBO Go.
Correct.
That became HBO Max.
Correct.
And
no.
Go.
I think it was HBO Now even before
Okay,
it
I
was
didn't
Max.
know
But
Now.
but HBO Max.
To Max.
Yes.
To HBO Max. So
Yep.
we
We're
just
coming
got to
back
drop
around.
the Max again, and
Yeah.
we've completed the circle.
I miss
Oh,
the
gosh.
old school HBO intros.
Oh, so
With
good.
the sweeping shot. You remember
Through-
that?
through the town?
Through the town.
And then the
Yeah. Remember the music guy? Yeah. It was like a robot.
Is that for a specific show or just all of
It was
No,
so-
it was a sweeping opening
On-
to the show, to HBO.
HBO used to follow a very specific schedule. Like every 2 hours, something would start, right? So they would have this grand intro that to your feature presentation.
Oh,
And
yes.
So there was this song that
And it was
is
cool.
instantly. It was very
You
cool.
ever see the making of it?
No.
They did a making of it and they
Of
showed
the
you
music?
the whole thing. Yeah, it was so cool. That's how cool it was that
Yeah.
you actually watched the making of it. Is
we
that
go.
it? Yeah. Oh my God, I'm like a kid again. Oh, I'm
This
gonna
is some
cry.
high-level nostalgia right here.
I'm gonna cry. I see my room again.
Yeah.
Oh. Yes.
So it's sweeping through the town. It's getting ready.
It looks like a bit like the Warner Studio lot, the back lot,
Yeah.
which I'm sure it's what
looks
it's
like a
mimicking.
movie
Yeah.
studio place.
Yeah.
Oh.
And here it comes. Here comes the music.
Yeah.
Da-na-na-na-na.
Doesn't this bring back memories?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Oh
Wow.
my God.
And then
Here it
also,
is. Here, pot it up.
Where's the DeLorean? I want to go back in time.
and
I
this
want to be a
is
kid.
1983.
Yeah, I want to be a child.
Ish.
Okay.
Yes.
Ish. Yeah.
In my
And-
room.
Now it's just
Posters.
the static. It's a shh.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's cool too, though. That gets me going.
They've been good at audio fonting themselves.
Yes. When I hear that, I think Sopranos.
I think The Wire and The Sopranos.
Do you really? Yeah.
I think everybody thinks it's something different. I think of Game of Thrones because then it starts with da-da-da-da.
Either way, something good is happening after that.
Yeah,
that
you're going to
sound.
have an hour of stuff coming your way.
Thank goodness they're going back to HBO.
Watching this reminded me of E.T., the ride at Universal Studios.
Yes.
When you're on the bikes and you're going through.
I thought that was the town. I thought that's what they were going for.
It reminded me of E.T. Like
it could be.
You said something right there. I'm not embarrassed to say this. This is just the truth. I haven't been to Universal Studios in 45 years.
Really? Okay.
Okay.
All right, G-Fish.
I got a little G-Fish going on. We took my pal G-Fish to his first Dodger game in 40 years the other day.
Was he happy?
Yeah, he had a great time.
Good. Okay.
But he lives 25 miles from more than 25. He grew up in the Valley, and now he lives down by me. It's not like Dodger Stadium's on Mars.
But it's still a little bit of a hike.
Yeah, I mean, 40 years. But anyway,
that's good.
The last time I went to this, you'll appreciate this. The last time I went to Universal, do you know what the hot thing was?
Jaws?
No, but yes, but
wait,
like the new hot thing,
the stunt spectacular something.
Really close. Think late 70s, like right around 1980. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa.
Oh, Battlestar Galactica, the Cylon! Yes! Oh my God!
Yes.
Yes, were they walking around?
They were walking around.
Oh my God, that's
so
awesome.
these guys in these stupid like tinfoil suits, and their whole thing was it was like a Star Wars kind of knockoff thing, and they didn't have eyes, right? They had like this panel. And this red dot would slide back and forth.
And they were huge.
And they were big. And they carried the late. It was
Cylon Centurions.
DeMarco, I've never been so excited in my life to see a Cylon walking around.
You know, I did freak out the first time I went to Universal Studios at the Psycho backlot.
Oh,
and they had the actor come out and walk towards you.
Anthony Perkins.
Anthony
Perkins
was the actor who
He was there?
Well, they had an actor
doing
whatever his name was. And he walked. And it was
Norman
kind
Bates.
of Norman Bates.
Yeah.
It was kind of creepy. That was like, is this dude for real or not?
That is one of the great reveals of all time in movies.
Norman,
what's going on?
Spoiler alert.
I feel like we're past the
movie's
part.
80 years old.
When she's just the skeleton upstairs, you're
yes.
like, oh,
I'm
damn,
not even going to
that is
swat that
messed
fly.
up.
I'm not even going to swat the fly. I'm so gentle. And it was him. Oh, my God.
That is a great. We're off to a great start.
But
there he is. Yes.
Warner Brothers, Discovery, whatever, is not getting any credit for me for changing it back to HBO Max. You guys have messed it up so badly. We were talking on
Why did it go away in the first place?
Because they're dumb. They're so dumb. Oh my god!
What I don't understand is when you have a brand that is associated with quality.
Exactly.
That is associated. I understand why you change the name if something sucks.
Exactly.
Right. You want to rebrand it as a new, different thing, even if it's exactly the same. But for you and me of a certain generation, for Emily of an entirely different generation, HBO meant fights.
Yeah.
It meant quality. It meant original programming. It meant like good movies on cable. That was the first place they'd show up.
Cream of the crop.
Cream of the crop. That's a much better way of saying it. Thank you. Why change the name?
Netflix, maybe?
Because
the rise of Netflix?
They wanted to incorporate a bunch of other things.
Netflix wasn't there. It was all HBO for us, and then there was something else. And Blockbuster.
They changed.
Maybe?
Interesting.
Yeah. You changed the flavor of Coke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I was just going to say Coca-Cola, and I stopped myself in my head and go, no, they actually did do that.
They did change the flavor of
But
Coke.
they didn't change just the name. They changed the taste.
Everything. And then they started selling Coke Classic. And then back to Coke. We're back to HBO.
They changed it when they acquired Discovery.
Ah,
and it was to add in the other things that Discovery has, which is the
but Discovery doesn't have a brand like that.
Exactly. But they wanted to incorporate it, saying, hey, it's HBO to the maximum with all these other things, not just HBO programming. And they screwed it up, messed up their entire brand. Good job, guys.
No.
You're doing great.
Overthinking things is what we do.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Look,
and they get paid billions of dollars to make these decisions.
I'm not going to throw too many stones because I've made a living on overthinking things.
Oh, yes.
Like the whole point is,
our whole job is critiquing people that overthink.
What if these 86 different things that are never going to happen, what if they actually did happen?
That's what I'm saying.
That's the whole
What is their thing about basketball? Take the two instead of kicking it out. You're overthinking it. Score the basketball.
Now you're bumming me out.
The one job that I want in the world, though, is to be the head of HBO, to say what shows we get, because whatever show you want, you get. If you're HBO, you get the cream of the crop coming to you first. Yes, they still get to.
HBO's still the
they don't
joint.
lose. They don't lose unless someone wants the $50 billion deal from Netflix. Almost never does HBO lose out on what they want.
I miss HBO boxing.
Oh,
I do.
yeah.
I really do. And Showtime
What's the
had a
first thing
good...
you think of with HBO boxing?
Lampley.
Me too.
Lampley.
Me too.
24/7.
Yeah.
That was
That
great.
24/7
Oh, the
was
24/7
really
was dope. I missed those.
And they took it outside of the boxing realm
did.
too.
Yeah.
They started doing it and super good. But I think of Lampley too.
It was so good. The Marquez one, when Marquez was fighting Floyd and he was doing the urine
he was-
therapy.
yeah, he was
the
doing-
urine
yeah,
therapy.
that was gross.
That was gross.
I don't remember that.
So there was a thing like for health reasons that
Yeah.
you would recycle your own urine.
Okay.
So you would go and then put it back in you. And he did it on camera on 24/7.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that was gutsy. I mean, but that was like, wow, this is the stuff you only get on 24/7.
The only time I've seen that was in Better Call Saul when they were lost in the desert.
You had to.
Yeah,
No doubt.
when Saul and Mike Ehrmantraut were walking through the desert with the bag of cash.
Yes.
That's the only
Gotta
time
do what you gotta
I've
do.
seen- That was a messed up episode too, by
Big
the way.
time. Yes. Great shows. Great shows.
Good
I'm glad.
episode.
I miss HBO.
That-
Oh, this is
I mean,
what it sounds
HBO's
like now.
still there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the other one better. You're right. You know what? You know what? You're right.
See?
Yeah.
Boom,
The
Yes.
drop of that song comes right after
I'm
that.
still looking for Pizza Land.
Oh yeah.
It's in the intro.
Yeah.
I'm still looking for that
And
place. I want to
Satriale's?
slice there. Not Satriale's. A lot of bad stuff went there. I want to go to Pizza
Be a long
Land.
time since I have a sandwich in here ever again.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Who sent that? That first look of is it the
So
Raiders?
I
Emily.
sent it,
That
and
was you.
it's from the new movie that's coming out with Christian Bale and Nicolas Cage. It's the first look of Nicolas Cage in his not Al Davis,
John Madden.
John
John
Madden getup, but it's about Madden.
I have hope for Christian Bale doing Al Davis. I'm not sure what I'm going to get out of Nick Cage, and I love Nick Cage. I love everything about. Are you saying the same thing I'm saying?
Yep.
Really? Okay. I don't know how he's going to play this.
I took exactly the same takeaway just from the picture.
Yeah.
They're both really good actors, so there's hope. But Bale already feels like Al Davis.
Yeah. You know he's going to do it. Yeah.
Bale's giving you extreme Al Davis energy just in that picture.
Yes.
I'm seeing Nick Cage in the other one.
You still see his face
I
through
still
there.
see Nick. John Madden is overweight, heavy, has this giant moon-faced or moon-shaped face.
Yeah.
Like this big, enormous. John Madden was larger than life.
Big time.
Right? And that's Nick Cage in a wig.
Right.
Like it's a weird deal.
I hope that we see more of Madden than Cage going full Cage here. But we'll see. But like I said, I have hope for Bale, and the story's going to be great.
Yeah.
Those two together and those old.
Do we like David O. Russell M? Is that good?
Who's David O. Russell?
He's the director.
Oh.
No.
No? What else has he
He's
made?
had some stinkers recently. So he made Amsterdam recently, which
Okay, I don't
was
know
a
what that
huge
is.
bomb with
What have
Margot
I
Robbie
seen?
and Christian Bale. But he did he made Silver Linings Playbook.
Oh, I like
he
that.
made American Hustle.
I like that.
I believe he made Joy as well
Don't
with
know that.
Jennifer Lawrence, who she got nominated for an Oscar for that
As long
one.
as they tell the truth, the stories alone would be great. Because the old thing about the Raiders and these two together was you had to bail the Raiders out on Saturday so you can get them to the field on Sunday.
He also made The Fighter.
Yeah,
Oh,
great.
yeah,
See?
great movie.
Yeah. So I hope it stays gritty and real.
The Raiders were the first team. They were the team that made it kind of just their operating principle. As long as you can play football, we're going to take a chance on
Yes.
it. If you're a good football player, the rest of the stuff in your life, as long as you can get your work done,
As long as you can
and
make it to the field on
make
Sunday.
it to the field on Sunday,
Yeah.
we'll give you a shot.
Tell those stories and
Yeah.
those guys presiding over that would be great.
Look, the Raiders were way ahead of the curve on that.
Yeah.
The reason the Raiders have not been the Raiders, that the Raiders in the 70s and 80s were one of the few, if not the only team that were willing to do that.
Just win, baby.
Just win, baby. I
Yeah.
don't care. He's a bad
Just
guy.
win, baby.
Yeah, he's really fast and can do a whole bunch of things
Just
for me. but
win, baby.
Now everybody's kind of doing that balancing act of how good of a player is he? Okay, let's take a shot at it. And the Raider edge disappeared.
I don't know if that version of the Raiders could exist today. I don't know if that would exist in sports today. There's too many eyeballs on the product and
might be
on your
right.
team.
You might be right.
Yeah, you couldn't get away with that stuff now.
Or you'd have to be, the talent has to go even higher.
You got to win you'd have to be a perennial winner to make that happen.
And look, everybody will get the chance, but your chance to trick it off and then get another chance is disappeared.
So that little stint I had with the Niners that I hate talking about, I had a chance to sign with them first, and it was Gruden who slid me the contract.
Okay.
And I slid it back. Let me think about it for a minute. And it chose the Niners. But I do remember going in and seeing that little logo that's in the front of the building and all their Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
And it's all their faces except for one. And he's right in the middle. It's Jim Otto. Jim Otto is the only one that's wearing a Raider helmet. And by far, he's the most jacked up of all those guys in that picture. Like he needs a crane to get out of bed.
Yeah.
That's what it means to be a Raider. That's what he started. That's what I hope this movie gets into.
Can I talk about David O. Russell, why he might be a good person for this? Though I don't think that he's a great person, but his movies,
the right man for the job.
The movies tend to be very gritty.
Yeah,
based off of he does really good group work, like big ensemble movies, as well as he handles chaos a lot in his movies. So his movies have a chaotic, gritty energy.
Oh, perfect.
Which
That's the Raiders.
Who's going to play Stabler? Can't wait.
Yeah.
Who's going to play Alzado? Can't wait.
Yeah. Well, they had
Twos. Can't wait.
Len Matuzak. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
John.
John Matuzak.
Yeah, I can't wait for these characters to come back. Yes.
Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah.
Ted Hendricks, Lester Hayes,
all these guys.
all of those guys.
All those guys are coming back through this, I hope.
So who did you ask? Carol Davis you were looking for?
No.
Okay.
We're talking about Ken Stabler.
Ken Stabler, the Snake.
It hasn't been announced who's cast
Okay.
yet.
These are all players. Twos was nuts. Alzado was out there absolutely roid raging, and it was okay.
Yeah, so was the entire league.
But that's what I'm. But
This might be more about the front office than the players necessarily, but they will still
Yeah.
cast the players, obviously. But I think it's going to be more at the front
they're
office.
going to be a part of this. They have to. I mean,
I think
half
so too.
this is putting out the fires they started.
Put it to you this way:
Yeah.
if there isn't at least some of that,
Yeah.
we're missing.
At least
we're
Stabler.
missing, yeah.
Yeah.
There's got to be some.
And
of
I
that.
want the
John
real
Mulaney's in it.
Stabler. Who?
John Mulaney's in it.
John Mulaney is going to be Trip Hawkins. I don't even know who that is.
I don't either. Do you?
Never heard of it.
No, me
Let me
neither.
look. Trip Hawkins.
An entrepreneur of EA Sports. Oh, he's going to be the head of EA Sports.
okay.
Because it's about Madden. John Madden.
Oh, I remember back when Madden first started, they would come out and they would seek the advice of the players. How can they make the game better and more realistic? And one of the things I told them to their faces, I said, have you ever slowed this down? But they had the slow motion button. Remember that? You could go step by step.
Yep.
The offense would move 5 steps before the defense ever moved. I said, fix that and we'll start to love it because this ain't fair. Yeah.
I have never been a video game guy, and literally the end of my very brief video game life
started with Madden, the beginning of Madden.
Do you know why?
Why?
Because it was complicated for me. Like my video game experience was Atari.
Yeah.
Right? Stick
and the button.
Orange button.
Okay.
Forward, back,
you
side
didn't
to
get
side.
to both hands.
Both hands, trigger buttons, this, that. And I went, nope, I'm out. And that was like when Madden came out when I was senior in high school, freshman in college, something like that. And everybody was into it.
It was all into it, yeah.
Everybody. I was one of the few guys, and don't get me wrong, I tried. I just couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
And I didn't have the patience to try to figure it out.
Friendships off it, depending on who you picked. If you picked a super team, then you're a jerk.
Yeah.
You know, if you picked a bad team, then you wanted to play.
You know what game I love to play?
Which one?
Tecmo Bowl.
Oh, always good. Bo Jackson and Lawrence Taylor. Yeah. If you pick Bo, I had to pick the Giants because that's the only guy that can tackle Bo.
It was one of these, look, the Giants and the Raiders are off the board, right?
Right.
And now we can play the game.
Yes.
And you wanted the Niners.
That's when we thought Ricky Prohl was black.
Ricky Prohl sounds like a black player.
No, there was the shot. Remember, it was the second version where they would have this secondary shot. If you threw a bomb, it'd be a big shot of the guy going and catching it. Well, he was tan. And we'd never played Ricky before. We'd heard of him. Ricky Prohl shows up. You're not Ricky Prohl.
Pretty important part of your life.
That's what I'm just saying.
All right, Rams schedule comes out. What do we got here? That's 3 plus another 5. 8 hours from now, give or take. 7 hours and how many prime times are we getting? We're going to guess it around. It's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
For ESPN LA contest.
seafood, or your handcrafted cocktail, we're here to make your next experience out exceptional. Call us today at 213-745-9911 to reserve your next table. We're open for lunch and dinner. Fleming's, we're great steaks, good times. Call at 213-745-9911.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Flashy discounts, gimmicky sales? Don't fall for it. At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, we give you honest, wholesale pricing all year long. No bogus markups, no tricks, just the best floors at the best prices. Call 866-62-FLOOR. No sale beats wholesale. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, check them out at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
For the best prices on hardwood carpet and more, call 866-62-FLOOR.
Hey guys, have you checked out the all-new Park West Bicycle Casino? With a new owner, fresh renovations, and upgraded amenities, it's a whole new way to experience LA's premier table game casino. From poker, blackjack, ultimate Texas Hold'em, and Baccarat, they've got all the action for ESPN LA listeners. Brand new players who sign up for their Players Reward get $30 in match play. Just say, Cappy sent me to get $30 in match play. Park West Bicycle Casino.
Please gamble responsibly. Problemgambling.ca.gov. 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGR-001291. GEAR-001292. GEAR-001298. BSIS license number 1358.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Nia.
Hi, Nia. It's Jennifer. Did you know that Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, I work here.
Okay. I was just double checking. Get it?
Because Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Oh, you get me, Nia.
You could say that I double get you.
I guess we've taken it too far.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
Well, these polymers aren't as flexible as batch K3.
Researcher Laurie is stretched thin.
Did you get the vulcanization analytics from B66? Oh, wait, are these rubber scores from last week?
She needs to hire new lab technicians so she can bounce back into her old self.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our matching platform lets you spend less time searching and more time connecting with candidates. Redeem your $75 credit at Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN. Your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
I thought we were going to get the HBO music for sure. I thought that was going to happen.
Wait, I love this song, though. Yeah. Come on.
Which one's this?
This is Sexy Back. Yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
Where's my man Timberlake at now? Is he good?
He had his DUI last year, but he was doing a tour this past winter.
He had to run a bad press for a hot minute.
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I think he...
DUI.
Yeah, he had
It's not good.
some issues.
Yeah, you don't want that.
And then they, yanked him. I hope they put him back out again.
Who yanked him?
Yeah, well, the
cops?
powers that be. No, hey, look, you're, go take a rest and then come back.
Go away for a while.
He still did a tour after that, so I think he was okay.
I mean, everybody hits the skids every now and then. Yeah,
nobody bats 1,000.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Take a
bats
rest, come on back, and let's get the sexy back.
He's really high on the list of people that I don't care about.
Timberlake?
Yeah.
Why?
I know he's super famous.
Yeah.
And I know that he's kind of around a lot, but he's never kind of hit me in a meaningful way.
Oh, really?
He's Jimmy Fallon adjacent.
Yeah.
You know what? I think you hit the center of the bullseye.
Oh, really?
And he's. I understand he's a song and dance man.
I get the soundtrack of my life, he's got a few in there.
Does he?
Oh, yeah, he's got a few. A couple.
That's what we'll do today. We'll just play.
No, we don't need to do that.
JT?
No. We don't need to do that. No.
Yeah, I don't like JT for a myriad of reasons.
Oh, you guys are talking about JT, not Timberland.
Justin Timberlake is JT.
Yeah,
You're talking about Timberland.
You're talking Timberland.
Yeah,
Timberland is still doing his thing.
The shoes?
No, Timberland's a producer.
Timberland.
Yeah, Timberland is a producer.
Timberland is from Virginia.
Even I know that.
Yeah. Not JT Timberland. Wow. Okay.
I suck at this game.
Two-pack?
Yeah. Jodeci.
Who's that Snoopy dog?
Jodeci was not on purpose. Timberland was.
Mrs. Elliott.
God.
Yeah,
Mrs. Elliott.
Crazy.
Florida.
Oh.
Yeah. Happy NFL schedule release day. We're going to be all over it all day long here on 710. Be sure to stick around. Sedano and Cap at 5. They got the full NFL schedule release special as we find out all the big games across the entire league. And, of course, the entire schedule for our LA Rams, your home for Rams football, 710 ESPN. And I did a little math this morning. We know that the Rams are headed to London to take on the Jags.
They told me there'd be no math.
The pregame show starts 2 hours before kickoff. Kickoff is at 6:30 Pacific time, a.m., which means our pregame show starts at 4:30 a.m.
Ooh.
I live about an hour or so away. That means at least I got to be in the car by 3:30 at the worst.
That's a 2 a.m. wake up?
Yeah. I think that's an East Central day.
It may
You should go Timberlake and just don't go to bed. Stay up all night. Yeah, have one of them.
One night in a hotel is hard for me. 2 nights, ideal. I never sleep well one night in a hotel. The second night, I sleep like a rock. But the first night, I can't.
You're gonna have to explain that.
I can't relax. It takes me. I need a new bed. I need to figure out my pillow arrangements. I don't like the sheets. There's a lot going on.
Oh, really?
Yes. I need
But
to.
the East Central's great. You've been there a bunch of times.
I understand. It has. I could be staying at the Ritz-Carlton, the Four
That
Seasons.
might be
it has
my
nothing to
best
do.
night, Travis.
The first night,
I can't wait to get there. It's quiet. It's dark.
I like
it's
to
exactly
get there
what I need.
so I can get through the first night and enjoy the rest of the nights.
Okay.
Can't do it. How many prime timers do you think are going to get? And here's what I mean by prime timers.
Yeah.
There's no other NFL game on. So that could be Monday Night Football, Sunday Night
Yeah, I
Football,
got you.
Thursday Night Football,
You got
or like
the Lions,
a Thanksgiving game.
You got Baltimore. You got Philly. What are the other winning teams that are on that?
What is the one that if you? So let me tell you mine. Okay, and you tell me if I got this right. In order of my certainty that I think this is going to be a Monday night, Sunday night, Thursday night
or should be
game.
Should be.
I think
Marquee
will be.
game.
I
Okay.
think will be. And Detroit.
It has to be, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
But it won't be Thanksgiving because that has to be in Detroit, correct?
It does.
Okay,
it does.
so it won't be Thanksgiving.
Okay, probably
Has
not
to be.
But yeah, it's
a
Stafford.
rivalry,
It's
yes.
the Lions. They've played each other a lot
There's
of last
heat
years.
there,
The
yeah.
games have always been really good.
Yeah.
Dan Campbell versus Sean McVay. There's just
guaranteed
a lot
action. Yeah.
I think that if you took all 17 games and you said you have to be one that you're sure is going to be in prime time, Detroit would be my first choice.
Do not forget for one thing before I forget.
Yeah.
That is the game Higbee got hurt in, and it was a
Oh,
dirty,
yeah,
and
the
it was a
playoff
dirty
game.
hit. So
Yeah.
that will come back again. So I hope that game should have all the eyeballs on it.
You co-sign the Detroit
It
likelihood?
should be.
Okay.
Yeah. That if I had to choose, definitely.
Before we move off of the Lions, do we want it early or late?
Because they
It's
play
here.
inside. Oh, yeah. It
It's
is
here.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
do
it's
we
here.
want Detroit in LA to start the season or at the end of a season? Do we want it to kind of lead into the playoffs? Do we want it
I
at
don't
the
have a
beginning?
strong opinion either way. Do you?
Not really. No.
Do you, Em?
I think I'd rather see it later. I think this game will build
'Cause it's juicier?
It's juicier. Probably both playoff teams.
By that
I want them
rationale,
both at
I'd
their-
rather have it earlier because it's guaranteed to have all the players in it. Because if,
True,
if
no
it goes
injuries.
late, you
Okay.
can miss somebody, and then
Okay.
it's less sexy. So
Okay.
the earlier, the better on that game because that's a revenge game, so to speak.
Here is my second game that I would. If Detroit is my first pick to be in prime time,
Okay.
this is a exceptionally close second.
Got to be the
Philly.
Got to be the Eagles.
Yeah.
Because of how last season ended.
Yeah.
Your mini rivalry with Saquon Barkley and the Eagles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Saquon murdered them at SoFi
Twice.
last year, and then murdered them at the lake in the snow.
like
Right.
4 70-yard touchdowns.
So
Yes.
you almost had him.
Yeah.
You almost beat him. And if the Rams had won that game, there was a good chance they'd go to the Super Bowl, maybe even win it. Maybe,
Sure.
whatever, good
Sure.
chance. And the Eagles, the eventual champion, said the team they were scared of the most was the Rams. Gotta be.
The Rams were the only team that had a chance to beat them.
Gotta be. Yes.
Their other playoff opponents, they killed.
Yes.
They killed the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Like they killed Washington in the NFC Championship game. The Rams were the only team playing Philadelphia.
Bloodied their nose.
That
Yeah.
that stadium got very quiet towards the end.
And it was so awesome. Yes.
Yeah.
So, okay, that's two.
Okay, two
that's
for two.
Gotta be. Yep. Baltimore.
Okay, I was going to say, I think there are 3 that all could fall into this
Baltimore's
category.
marquee, Lamar's marquee,
I think so, too.
marquee.
I think it's on the road. They're in Baltimore.
Yeah.
You could get a weather game, which are always kind of
Bro,
interesting.
I hate going to AFC North stadiums.
They're all outside.
And it's real football.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's football played at the way it was meant to be played at its highest level.
Lamar Jackson's still waiting to break through as far as a
Uh-huh.
Super Bowl champion, but a tremendous regular season guy.
Yes.
A guy the Ravens are on primetime a lot.
Yes.
The Rams are on primetime a lot.
They test you in all three phases.
That feels like that is a very, very strong
Got to be.
candidate.
Okay, so that's 3. That's no-brainers.
Here, these I'm going to put in 4 and 5.
Okay.
Okay, and I would bet that at least one of these lands in there, if not both.
Okay.
San Francisco and Seattle. And here, let me make the case for both of them. The case for San Francisco is not a football case. It's not that the Niners feel like they've kind of backed up a little bit, at least on paper.
Yeah.
We'll see what it looks like. But San Francisco, LA usually lands in prime time, one of the 2 matchups that they have. It could be a Thursday night game. We've seen that Thursday night.
Mm-hmm.
We know that those rival uniforms are going to be a part of that particular game, and that's likely to be a prime time. You want to see that in front of the entire league. So that's the case for San Francisco. The case for Seattle is Cooper Kupp. Those are the 2, 4 and 5 that I would throw in.
Yeah, I think it's an old rivalry between the Niners. You know this. It's a blood feud. You could actually put it on World Star Hip Hop, and that's actually where it should go because of how deep it is in some respects. So that game probably will be the game that makes it because of that rivalry. But, I mean, do you think San Fran lost a lot of talent?
Yeah.
Lost some luster?
They lost a ton of talent.
Were you picking them in the West? Not last and not first.
Not last. Yeah, they're second, third, or fourth.
Second or tied for first.
I would not be shocked if they did finish in last. I wouldn't pick them to finish last, but I think it's a real possibility. They lost a ton of good players.
That's a game that you'd want to present because it's so old. There's so much history there, and I think it's going to mean something big time. Seattle with Cooper Kupp, I hope so.
Do it early.
I hope so.
I
really
early.
do. Yeah.
Do it early. Do it in L.A. when they come to L.A. because doing it up in Seattle isn't nearly as much fun. But the Cooper Kupp's return to L.A., it's a great storyline.
Here's the thing
and
with
it might
that.
be a good football game.
And this is no knock on him. I love him. You know, I really love Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, I know you
do. But you're not sure if he's going to be there.
Yeah. Fair.
So I wouldn't want to build anything around him.
No. What did I mean? Hey, what did I just say? Early in L.A.
That's
right?
not even a guarantee.
I hear you. I'm not picking week 14 in L.A. against Seattle. I'm definitely not doing that.
I think it's going to be the first time the Seahawks play L.A. It's going to be 4:25. It's going to be a game of the week on Fox, but I think that they might flex it. So if the Seahawks are good, they can be flexed later in the year. That's what I think. That the Cooper Kupp return or Cooper Kupp in Seattle hosting the Rams or whatever could be a flexed Thursday night.
So I'm just going to fire through these real quick.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's games that have zero chance of landing in prime time unless it's flexed late, like Emily's saying, late in the year. Indy, Houston, New Orleans, Tampa, Arizona. No way, no how. Carolina, Atlanta, Tennessee.
Yeah, not marquee yet.
Yeah. Now, maybe something weird happens and late in the year you flip it in there, but those games all feel like 10 or 125 games.
Did you throw Tampa in there too?
I did.
And Baker. Okay. That's coming here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be fun, Baker, coming back.
Baker is great TV.
That might be something, especially if they're
But is that a Monday Night Football game?
You know, I mean, I think they've held up their end of the bargain. Okay. Tampa is relevant, and they're pretty good. They didn't fire their coach. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that maybe, and it's guaranteed to be good football. So who knows there?
And good TV.
Always. Always.
He could throw 4 TDs. He could throw 4 picks.
Yeah.
And that's good TV.
Both guys.
Trey Hendrickson is mad, and I hope he gets madder. That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News and World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Ready for a delicious escape? The New Islands Restaurant's $10 protein bowls are your ticket. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients. They're only here for a limited time, so enjoy one today. Visit islandsrestaurants.com.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah, tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes. LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
Hey, it's Mace, and there's no better place to watch sports than Cosm. The Cosm Dome has got massive high-resolution display. It creates the ultimate immersive experience with a massive wraparound screen that throws you in the middle of the action. The Cosm Hall features wall-to-wall exciting games. Catch all the heart-pounding excitement of both the NBA and NHL playoffs. Secure your tickets now at Cosm. That's COSM.com and experience the game like never before. Cosm.com.
Hey, John Ireland here. Laker fans, meet Pro Baller Energy, the official energy drink of the Lakers. It's a natural, healthier alternative packed with ultra-premium ingredients like organic agave, electrolytes, essential B vitamins, natural caffeine, and it's NSF Sports certified. It fights fatigue, sharpens focus, and supports your immune system so you stay locked in longer without the crash. Grab the limited edition Lakers can and rep the team in style. Pro Baller Energy. Champions choose clean energy.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture with daily use.
Evan Cohen here. Picking a place to build a life is a lot like selecting a draft pick. Make a decision that will set you up for long-term success. Pick Wisconsin. In Wisconsin, you'll find dynamic career opportunities, beautiful seasons, affordable living, and legendary weekends. From its high quality of life and great schools to its fine arts, culinary, and pro sports scenes, Wisconsin gives you so much to look forward to. That's why you should pick Wisconsin. Learn more about making Wisconsin your home. Visit pickwisconsin.com.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Is this HBO again? Yeah! Oh my God. Sitting there in my room when the only thing on that I wanted to watch was Convoy.
Exciting.
Remember Convoy?
Yeah, sure.
I remember Convoy
You know
was
what
my
else
movie.
this was before, too?
What?
The 1st and 10, the Bulls.
Oh my God,
How
yes.
great was that?
What a great, way before its time. Delta Burke?
Delta Burke
Yes.
and
who?
O.J. Simpson.
O.J. Simpson. That's right. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Great show. It was. What's the show with Emily? Help me out here.
Ballers?
Kate Hudson is in with. She plays Jeannie Buss basically.
Running Point.
Running Point.
Yeah.
It was that 40 years ago.
Yeah.
And Delta Burke was the owner of a fictional football team, the L.A. Bulls. And,
Oh, yeah.
And it was
great.
There was. When HBO was one of the few places that had something that was mildly sexy,
Oh, yeah.
it was very exciting to turn that on when you were 13 years old.
And aerobicized.
Yeah, it was
Oh, my
great.
God.
I've got a little bit, issue's the wrong word, but you're the right person to ask. You ready?
Good.
So my daughter graduates from college this weekend, and I need to buy some clothes for this. What do I wear to this? Because here's the rub.
To her
graduation, to
Okay.
the actual ceremony itself. Because here's the rub. I have in my wardrobe, I have 2 pairs of pants that fit me. They're both jeans. I have no shirts that really fit me. They're all way too big. What do I wear to this graduation?
Suit, tie.
Really?
Oh, yeah, it's
You
a big deal.
You think I go suit and tie?
Yeah, these pictures will outlive you. These are pictures she's going to show to her kids. You want to be looking your best.
Okay.
Yeah.
That you make a good case.
Yeah.
I have a suit that fits, but I
get a stylist. Get somebody to make you a suit.
You think he's going to hire a stylist?
For this, you should. Get you a nice suit.
First
to
of
where
all, it's
you're
happening
looking
on
good.
Saturday, so I don't know if I have time to turn it around.
This
that
Saturday?
quick. Yeah.
Well, you can buy a suit and have it tailored.
No, I have a suit. That would, quite frankly, wasn't even something I was considering.
A suit? Okay, well, consider a suit.
Okay.
Yeah, just throw it in there.
Okay.
Just roll that around
I
want
to look nice, but a little more casual. But you make a good case.
This is something that you're gonna. This is something somebody in your family that you're never going to meet is going to see.
Yeah. Okay.
Outdoor.
About
indoor.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it outdoor or indoor?
Indoor.
Okay, that does change things slightly because you're not going to be in Snapdragon having the sun beating down on you
it's at
the entire time.
Viejas Arena. It's at the basketball arena.
So what my dad wore, and this kind of was similar to what the vibe was at the graduation amongst the dads of the people, was khaki pants and a suit jacket, like a sport coat.
Sport coat. I have a sport coat that fits.
But no tie.
There you go. See what Jay Will's not what Jay Will's wearing.
Yeah.
Not the T-shirt.
But I think a tie is too formal.
There
So
you
I
go.
think no tie is good.
I have zero recollection of what my dad wore to mine. None. Literally none. If you told me it was a suit, I would believe
Even
you.
more so for you to wear a suit.
But if you also told me he was in a sport coat and slacks, I would believe that.
Like what Greenie's wearing.
There you go. Exactly.
Yeah.
Like that.
My dad wore something very similar to Sarah's as it is to mine.
Okay.
So yeah.
That's don't show up in a T-shirt and shorts.
No.
Okay.
That was
and flip flops.
But
yeah,
because Susan says to me, "What are you going to wear to this graduation?" I'm like, "Well, I've got 2 pairs of pants that fit." She goes, "You can't wear jeans," and she's right.
Yes,
she's right. But now I got to go shopping.
You got a sport coat? Nice sport coat? Is it tailored?
Yes. Well, no.
Okay.
I have a suit jacket that's tailored.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Something nice. Job interview style.
Okay.
Yeah.
You convinced me.
Job interview
No
style.
tie though. Just no
So
tie.
my dad for my graduation wore a sport coat, like a darker color sport coat, and then just a nice T-shirt underneath, like a but not super formal. I think don't go super formal, no tie, but you can have nice footwear.
My dress shirts look like they're
Wait a minute.
a smock that I'm going to wear to go painting in. they're down to my knees now.
What about those button downs that you brought in?
The Mr. Hand shirts.
They're short sleeve.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Don't be the short sleeve guy.
Yeah, I
But
don't
you
think
gotta
so
wear the
either.
coat anyways.
Yeah, but
he's going
that's
to take it
coming
off.
at some point.
Then
That's
you look.
coming off
Then
at
you
some-
look like the shop teacher.
Mr. Cleary was
There
my
you
shop
go.
teacher. Who was yours?
Mr. Equistapace, my
Why
guy.
do we remember that?
See, because he was great.
Okay, what was your English teacher in 8th grade?
In 8th grade, couldn't remember.
That's
Couldn't
what I'm
tell you.
saying. Neither
Couldn't
can
tell
I.
you. Yeah.
But I remember the shop teacher.
But he let me weld.
He let me use the bandsaw.
That's what I'm saying.
We had
so,
a honest to goodness furnace.
Yeah.
To melt metal in school.
Right, real
that
stuff.
you got to use.
That's what I'm talking about.
Like,
Cool
think
dude.
about that. You take that and make molten metal, and then just pour it in that form. It's fine. What could go wrong?
We had
8th grade.
We had the torch welder.
Oh yeah,
and then an arc welder.
Yeah,
all that stuff. We got to use that.
Did you get to use the lathe? The wood lathe?
Which one's the lathe?
It spins? Like you can make a baseball bat on it?
No, we never got to use that. That was wood shop. I was in metal shop.
You didn't take both?
Nope, just metal.
Oh, I took wood and metal.
I barely got metal shop.
Yeah.
Mom wouldn't let me take wood shop.
Why not?
What do you think she said about shop class?
Well, you took metal shop. What's the difference?
I had to beg her for shop class.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not taking wood shop. That's
I
for
loved
the
it.
blankety blank blank blanks. What are we forgetting?
Wait, what?
That's what she said. That's mom. Yeah, that's for
nothing
the
wrong
blankety
with the
blank blank
trade,
blanks.
DeMarco.
Okay, I begged, and I got it. We are not overlooking Tampa and Houston. Somebody says they were playoff teams. Wake up. Who said they were bad? We were just
But
talking
they're
about.
not going to be primetime games.
Yeah.
Houston, look, okay, you ready for my take on Houston and the Texans? It has nothing to do with the reason the Houston Texans have been the Saturday morning playoff game in perpetuity. It's called the Texans game now. It's because nobody cares.
Right. Okay.
And that doesn't mean they're not good. Doesn't mean that C.J. Stroud's not good. That D'Amico Ryans isn't
Not sexy.
It is a completely uninteresting, anonymous team.
I was not poo-pooing the Texans or the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's way too early to poo-poo or champion anyone. That's not what I meant.
Somebody on they're not somebodies.
Yeah.
Will be very good this year. That if you took a poll of this room, we all think they'll be bad.
Yeah.
They'll be good.
And the opposite is true.
100%.
That's why I said
there's
I'm getting
going to be
queasy.
somebody really good, or that we think is really good, that could be a 5-win team.
Right. You never know.
It
Injuries and everything.
Every single
downturns, what have you. And I do remember Baltimore ended on a punt return. That's what I meant about AFC North Bowl. They challenge you on all 3 levels, and special teams comes into play big time. That guy's a special teams coach.
That's when the Rams were on that absolute heater.
Uh-huh.
And Stafford was throwing a no-hitter in
Fire.
that game.
And then
unreal.
that happened. Oh.
Yeah. The NBA playoffs, the draft, free agency, the offseason, every moment of what the purple and gold on the biggest offseason in history. We have your dose of what's next for the Lakers, thanks to Pro Baller, the official energy drink of the Los Angeles Lakers. The Far Side is coming up next.
Really?
It's Travis DeMarco. Really?
I got nothing.
Every Wednesday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Fridays you get off. We draft on Fridays. The Far Side's coming up next.
The NFL schedule drops today at 5 p.m. and we'll be all over it on Sedano and Cap on 710 ESPN. As we find out how the Rams 2025 fall looks, we'll also be on top of the marquee matchups ahead of the NFL season.
Don't miss the NFL schedule release.
Today at 5 p.m. on 710 ESPN.
On the all-new ESPN LA app.
And on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
Next Gen, the official air conditioning, heating, plumbing, and electrical team of SoCal sports fans, is telling you that summer is coming. So are you ready to beat the heat? Don't let your system throw you a curveball. The industry is experiencing equipment shortages and rising prices, which means now is the best time to replace. So don't get stuck in the heat. Next Gen's offering everyone a free whole home air cleaner with any new AC install. Enjoy cleaner air and total home comfort this summer, and you'll get peace of mind with Next Gen's lifetime warranty on selected units. Remove dust, allergens, and pollutants, and lock in the best pricing on your new AC install. They're open 7 days a week. Lifetime warranty options available, financing options available, and of course, that 5-star service. Don't wait. Call 833-3-NEXTGEN. That's 833-3-NEXGEN today and beat the heat. CSLB number 1011173. Next Gen, here for you now and for years to come.
NEXGEN. Call 833-3-NEXTGEN.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, because you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Adam Schefter here for Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN. Are you ready for the NFL season? The schedule release is coming, and we know the best place to get your tickets this year. My friends at Vivid Seats. They're seriously legit, and you earn rewards on every purchase. That's basically free football games. When that schedule hits, don't wait around. For the best selection and all the great deals, head to vividseats.com or download the app and lock in your game days now.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
You unlock this door with a key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into the land of shadow and substance, of things and ideas you've crossed over into the far side.
I'm in the far side.
You're in the far side.
It is the middle ground between light and shadow.
Do you know what helped?
4 or 5 hour ride.
I jumped in the ocean. It helped.
Between science and superstition.
I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel fast. I want to feel naked out there.
And it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. The far side.
So I am going to a burlesque show tonight.
Oh.
And I have to overpronounce that. Burlesque show.
Yeah.
You ever been to one?
I have not.
Anybody? Burlesque show? Know what they are?
Okay.
You know what they are? What are they?
I have a vision of what it is based on my one experience is the wrong word. There's an episode of The Simpsons based on where Bart gets hired to work at a burlesque show. Okay?
Bart has to work at a burlesque
Bart
show?
is the doorman at a burlesque house.
Interesting.
Okay? And
Okay.
it's bad comedy, like kind of like Catskills level comedy. Silly.
Okay.
And then it's like the ladies, like almost think Showgirls without the nudity.
Feathers and whatnot.
I think there will
and boas.
still potentially be nudity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like a bunch, a little bit, a lot.
Who are you going
Me and
with?
my wife are going with another couple.
Okay, as long as you're not bringing your daughter. I don't think your daughter should go to a burlesque show.
Worried because Cap just poked his face in there.
It's dancing.
I've never been to one.
There will be a potential of a ticking it off in tassels.
Okay.
Like that is a...
I'm nervous. Cap just was in here. So there was a guy
Never
that we
heard of
both know that was a big-time guy in San Diego.
Okay.
And this is when I was doing work for the Chargers for like a year, 2 years, or what have you. I was doing like their post and pregame or whatever it was.
Okay.
So I got to meet this guy, and he invited me over for a party at his house. And it was supposed to be kind of like burlesque. That was the idea, or the, what do you call that? The theme of the party.
Okay.
Well, so we got all dressed up in what we thought was...
What did you wear?
I just wore like this silk shirt and, slacks and had some chains on. Stuff I don't normally wear,
I
but,
got you.
I'm being a little bit showy. I'm into the theme of the whole thing, and my wife got all dressed up. So we go in, and it's not what we thought. It turned into one of those exotic, erotic type deals.
Like a key party?
What's a key party? Like a Kershaw party?
No. Put your keys in a fishbowl and you pick out a different thing.
Swinging.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I thought you meant a Kershaw. I'm like, really?
No.
Oh,
No.
You and Keevan hanging tight.
Lowercase K.
Wait a minute.
Not a capital K key, a lowercase K key.
Oh, a key party.
Llaves.
Yeah,
Burlesque.
llaves. See.
I've never heard of a key party before.
Burlesque focuses on teasing.
Oh.
So it's no polls, but it's about dancing and teasing and fun jokes. But
It's all good.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know this other couple. We're good friends. We go back years, so there's no funny business. But when we go to this party way back that turned into something else, people were getting the wrong idea. Like the keys and the mixing and
So the party that you went to back in your San Diego days.
this is why I'm wary of this. But go ahead.
What take me through the chain of events?
I'd never heard of a key party, but it's kind of the same thing. So
Okay.
when you walk in with someone, you're expected to meet someone else and let go of the hand of the person you're with, and they go someplace else. Well, we're not doing that. That's just not how it goes.
Right.
I was not in the spirit of this party. Right. So now I'm looking
So
for...
whoop back out the door?
I'm looking for him so I can say, hello, you saw me here, and then we're getting the hell out of here.
Good call.
Right. So it spent an hour looking for this dude. Big house, too. He was a real famous guy.
It took you an hour to find him,
A lot of people. I mean, and when I found this dude, he looked like Frankenfurter from Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He got the whole makeup, the whole whips and chains and all that sort of stuff. And hey, good to see. And he had a dog collar on.
Interesting.
Not like a spiked dog collar, like a pinch collar. Like how you teach dogs.
Yeah. Choke chain.
A choke chain. No, but not a choke, the one with the spikes.
Oh, yeah,
Right.
yeah,
I thought you said no spikes. Okay, but
No, I mean,
No, the
But
inside.
the inside,
I know exactly.
when it pulls,
they have like almost little barbs.
Yeah, you're teaching a dog not to pull with these things.
Right.
And
I know what you mean.
He's got one of these around his neck. So this is after like almost an hour of trying to find him with my wife. Like I'm squeezing her hand tightly. Like you're not leaving my side.
Okay.
So when I see him, he's got all this stuff on, and I'm like, oh, God, bro, you're a freaky. So I said, it was nice to see you, nice to meet you, and he thought I was bringing to him. Yeah, just one of the moments, it kind of turned sideways.
I would think it might.
A little bit, and we left. So...
I feel like those parties should have a neon sign on the invitation that what this party is.
It
was kind of a bait and switch.
Yeah.
Because had you told me and told us it was like that, we would have never said yes. He said burlesque.
Okay, that is not burlesque by its definition.
Okay, so this is not what I'm walking into tonight.
Unless it's been mislabeled.
It's tease, it's fun,
Burlesque
it's great.
requires people who it's their job to do a show for you. So it's you're going someplace and someone is going to perform a show. It seems like that party you're talking about there's not a person performing.
Right.
Okay, so
Yes.
burlesque show.
Well, actually, there was.
Requires
here,
a performing
according
person.
to Wikipedia, here is the definition of burlesque.
Okay.
You ready? A burlesque is a literary, dramatic, or musical work intended to cause laughter by caricaturizing the manner or spirit of serious work or by ludicrous treatment of their subjects.
Okay, I can do that. I
I don't think that's what you're going to, though. I think you're going to something that involves...
Married DFAR can have,
Teases.
that's my speed. Single DFAR, different deal. But this is cool, great, good. And we're getting the car.
Okay, is it going to a location or is it someone's house, this thing today?
We're
Oh, great
no,
question.
it's a place.
Great question.
It's a
Okay,
place.
so then you're going to be fine.
Yes.
And we're getting the car. I'm not driving.
That great, great.
Okay, good.
No, she asked them that should have been our first question. That's the right question. If you're
Okay.
going to a place that puts on burlesque shows, it's going to be
It's a show.
It's going to be PG-13.
Okay.
Maybe R at the
Yes.
worst. It's not going to be XXX like it could be if you were going to somebody's house.
You're going to be able to see it on Mad Men.
You got the wrong
I think
idea.
it's the max
homeboy.
you're going to be able to
No, wrong idea, not happening. No how, no way. He looked at her like food.
So
not going to happen.
That changes your opinion of someone right away.
Oh my God! And like I said, Cap knows
You
who I'm
think?
talking about.
You can't unsee somebody in that vulnerable stage
He's
in
lucky.
which
That
they're
was the end of
exposing
the
what they
year.
like.
Yeah.
We finished our last show. He's
Yeah.
lucky. Like if I had to see you again, it'd be a problem. And I did see him again. He's back. Yeah.
So Susan and I, this was a friend of mine that I knew previously that I had hung out with socially before when we were in college. And we ended up living in roughly the same neighborhood as, later in life. And we went over to their house for dinner a few times. They came over to ours a few times. We both had young kids, the whole thing. And we really enjoyed their company. They were nice. And they started throwing hints about that a lot.
Swinging?
A lot. And it's like, and so Susan and I were like, are this like an invite? Like, what is this?
Yeah.
And that's when we decided, you know what? We're good.
We're out.
We're good.
We're
and
out.
that was the end of that.
When you start to realize what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And look, when it comes to this kind of stuff, I am stupid. I am really slow on the pickup.
Yeah.
Like I am not the first. My radar goes off really late on that stuff. And by the time it finally did, it was not subtle anymore.
Okay, right. See, especially when that happens and it's his idea to get together.
Hey, DeMarco,
that's when we got some issues.
A point of advice: just don't wear anything with pineapples on it to this place.
In particular,
what was the pineapples again?
The swinging.
Yes,
and it's
they are
in particular
pineapples.
upside down pineapples. I think are an even.
Just avoid pineapples in totality unless you're intending to give off that signal.
Upside down pineapples?
Yeah, like
what's the signal there?
Swinging. You're open to swinging.
There's no imagery with an upside down pineapple?
You're open to it. That's
It's just an upside down pineapple.
It's
Pineapple
just a red
themed stuff is what's up?
Okay, I got you. I'm gonna start messing with people with pineapples then.
Well, you're gonna get
attention that you might not want. You go ahead and do what you want to do, dude.
And you're betraying that trust, It's gotta.
I used to hear if you ripped off, if you had a bottle of beer, and you ripped off the label, that meant something.
I haven't heard
Did
that
you hear
one.
that too? If
I
you
haven't heard
ripped
that
off
one.
the label of
That's
a beer
a problem
bottle,
because I'm a label ripper.
That's me too.
Yeah, same here.
But they said that actually means something.
Because if you leave them in the, I like
it
to
was
pack
for
a
girls.
cooler.
That meant available.
Used to
Okay,
mean.
never mind. Yeah.
As I like to pack my cooler with a lot of ice and a little water, that glue on that label
They
comes
float.
off.
Yeah, there you
And
go.
So
You've been giving off the wrong messages.
I didn't.
Me too.
I take it all back.
Me too. Upside down pineapple.
Buying cans moving forward.
Another Dodger pitcher hits the deck. That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. 13 years in a row, Rotolo Chevrolet. Number one in customer service. Dealer of the year again. That's what Rotolo does year after year after year. And it starts at the top. It starts with my man, Mike Capozio. It starts by him insisting that every member of his team treats every single customer that comes on a lot to Rotolo Chevrolet like the all-star that they think you are. And you're going to have a great experience. You're going to feel like you were treated with respect. You're going to feel like you got the best deal. You're going to feel like you knew every step of the process, the sales process. And think about the last time you went and looked for a car or a truck. Is that true? Is that how you felt? Probably not. And that's exactly how you're going to feel at Rotolo Chevrolet. That's why they win Dealer of the Year, year after year after year. Incredible selection, incredible pricing, and customer service that you will never, ever forget. Mike Capozio is going to make sure of it. Everyone on his team, they're going to make sure of it. So go see for yourself what all the fun's about at Rotolo Chevrolet, right off the 210 freeway. It's in Fontana, Sierra Avenue exit. You can't miss it. And if the IE is a little out of your neighborhood, if you're not living on that side of town, if you're in, say, Long Beach or Orange County or the west side of the valley, you can still get hooked up at Rotolo. RotoloChevy.com. ROTOLO. RotoloChevy.com, and tell them that Travis sent you.
The Who is coming to the Hollywood Bowl on September 17th for The Song Is Over, their North American farewell tour. And ESPN LA wants to send you to one of their final shows in Los Angeles. Listen for Ticket Thursday this Thursday as we give away pairs of tickets
to see these rock legends live on stage for what promises to be a historic night.
Listen all day Thursday for your cue to call and win. The Who, The Song Is Over Tour. September 17th at the Hollywood Bowl. Presented by Live Nation.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Hey, Southern California, I'm Ty Pennington, the home guy, teaming up with Pechanga Resort Casino to give away a brand new house. Imagine yourself in a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom home in incredible Temecula, California. All you need to do is play your favorite slots or table games at Pechanga Resort Casino. The more you play, the more entries you earn. Visit Pechanga.com or call 888-PECHANGA for complete details on Home Sweet Win.
Rules and conditions apply. Go to Pechanga.com for more details.
What's going on? It's Bethel Duran, and if your car is damaged in an accident, or if you just want to get it repaired, or if you just want a paint job, Leo and the crew at Active Collision are there for you. Let them know that 710 sent you, and you get 50% discount on your insurance deductible. Call them at 626-330-0100. That's 626-330-0100, or check them out on Instagram at active.collision. Leo and the crew will walk you through every single detail. Call Leo anytime. They got the tow truck ready for you. Leo is family, and he'll take care of you.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Hey, who's gonna die?
So I've had this on a lot over the last couple of weeks.
The Sopranos?
Just it sometimes the algorithm will start spitting you things because it knows what you like. So I turned one on the other day and I'm not watching it intently. It's kind of background noise while I'm cleaning dishes or whatever.
Perfect background noise.
So good.
What were you watching? Remember the episode?
So the one I watched last night was the one where Carmela went to see the shrink.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he basically told her. He told her what's up in no uncertain terms. No, you're not hearing what I'm saying.
You can't say you haven't been told.
Right.
Yes.
Right. And she has the brand. She decides she gets the ring at the end. She's like, yeah, I'll just stick
You know what's
around
crazy?
here.
When the first time we watched that, as it was happening, I always saw her as sympathetic.
Oh, yeah.
And then later on, after Twitter and people started breaking down and dissecting the show, I started to realize, she's just like him.
She's worse.
Or maybe even worse.
No, she's way worse.
Right.
Because she doesn't actually have to do the dirty work.
And she benefits from
Yes.
all.
Yes, that she is the other than Tony's mother. Tony's mother's her worst.
No doubt.
But she's second worst.
Yes.
Janice is third worst.
But I love Janice.
Murderers?
Yes, because at least they're doing the work.
They're benefiting from it.
And look, David Chase, who created the show, didn't have the world's greatest relationship with his mother.
Oh, really?
Okay, so the way he paints women in this universe, not particularly flattering.
I never saw it as we were watching it as it was going
neither.
on.
I totally
did not
agree with
know,
you.
but when you go watch it back, you're like, oh my God, yeah.
Fully aware of what's happening.
Yep.
Fully aware of how it gets done. Comfortable with how it gets done.
Very.
Spends the money.
Doesn't ask a
reaps
ton
the
of
benefits,
questions. Yeah.
And pretends she's holier. Like those guys know they're monsters.
Of course.
And they do monstrous things, but they do the work. It's
They get their hands dirty.
The Carmelo scene where she has her nails clacking as she's beckoning
Charmaine.
Charmaine
my
over.
God.
Yeah,
that was an episode.
Big Charmaine
Come here.
fan.
Me too. How could you not be?
Yeah, I like Charmaine. Happy NFL schedule release day. We're going to be all over it all day long on 710. And be sure to listen Sedano and Cap at 5 o'clock for an NFL schedule release special. Find out all the big matchups across the entire league and, of course, the entire schedule for our Rams. Your home for Rams football, 710 ESPN.
Let's go.
You looking forward to going back to London?
I am. I'm looking forward to the season. I think Jacksonville's a good opponent for London.
You see Travis Hunter up close?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see this. And I heard something. It was Paul George on a basketball podcast. And
He's doing them again?
He is. And they were talking about LeBron coming into the NBA, all these rookies coming into the NBA. And what they were saying was no one's afraid of Travis Hunter in the NFL. They actually can't wait to see him on both sides of the football. Yeah. Same with LeBron. He said, are you nervous? Do you get intimidated by guys coming in? No, you still have to prove it at this level.
Sure.
No matter how you come in. So I can't wait for that. And by that time, week 7, he should be fully integrated into the offense and defense.
I think
then.
we'll have an idea of exactly what they're asking him to do.
Right.
Yeah, like
So
is he playing? There's no way he could play a full snap count on both sides.
I would have said the same thing for college ball, and he did it. Yeah. Right. And he did it on a consistent basis, so who knows?
You know, you're talking about how you come into the league and you kind of have to prove it to the guys that are in the league. Like, cool, I get that you're great over there. Let's see if you're great here. And when you are, there's that, oh, okay, you're one of us.
It won't take that long.
It doesn't. So I this kind of, this thing comes full circle. This was 5 years ago, give or take. I could be, it could be 6, it could be 4. It doesn't matter. The Lakers were playing in Dallas. LeBron was on the Lakers at this point. And Luka was having one of those nights where Luka was just going off. But he's still a young player. It's like he's maybe second year in the league or whatever. And there's somebody shooting free throws, not LeBron or Luka, but they're lined up next to each other in the lane on the blocks, right? Getting ready to get the rebound. And the camera was on LeBron. And you see him look over at Luka, and Luka's kind of looking at him, and LeBron goes, "You're a bad blanker."
Oh yeah.
And Luka kind of looks at him, and kind of you could tell it landed. It meant he goes, and he sounded like, "Yeah, what's up?" Like didn't say thank you, but the look was, "I appreciate you." Game recognizes
welcome.
Game.
Yeah, welcome.
You are one of not just a player in this league. You're. Even by this standard, you're different than
You'll
the rest
be in
of these
Valhalla
guys.
with the rest of us greats.
Yeah.
That's always special when you see that. Oh, I could not wait. I told you my welcome to the NFL moment was actually Joe Montana, and then I got hit by Marcus Allen.
Yeah.
Like 2 seconds after that. That
Dude,
was like
Marcus Allen's a big dude.
Bro, he tried to take my hip off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I love you. I'm a fan. He didn't care.
The first time I saw Marcus Allen in person, not in TV, I'm like,
he's a big dude.
He's a big guy. He's like 6'2"
big
and
dude,
200 and
super
some
athlete.
odd pounds and just a rock.
You know, when we talk about the greatest of all time at running back, it's a shame we don't talk about him more. It's like we forget about how good he was.
Well, Al Davis buried him for a bunch of years.
See, I watched, you said something earlier in the pre-show when you said there's too much to watch on TV.
Yeah.
So I got around to watching some of that OJ stuff that I'd put off for a while.
Which one?
Made in America.
Okay.
And there's a big part about him and Marcus in there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of that is, and I'm doing the math. I'm like, he was here. Marcus was a Raider when all this was going down.
Yeah.
So you can only imagine. And I hope.
Marcus idolized OJ.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And they were so similar in
Sure.
everything. Yeah, it's crazy. So we always forget about how good Marcus Allen actually was as a running back.
One of the most iconic runs in NFL history.
Cutback.
That Super Bowl, what was that, a 60-some-odd, 70-yard touchdown where
on a
he
busted
goes,
play.
Busted play, and he houses the whole thing.
Yeah.
I still remember against the
Good blocker,
Redskins.
Good receiver out of the backfield, could do anything.
He was a quarterback in high school.
He was great.
Yeah.
Absolutely great. I think he wants to be kind of forgotten.
Really? You think so?
Yeah. Like, I don't think he wants to be where Brady is. I think he wants to be great, make his money, and go live his life. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I just like Brady is
Like, he
such a
doesn't pop-
singular example.
He doesn't
I just
pop up much, and he's great.
Here's the problem.
Yeah,
he's old now. I know he's not old for you and me.
Yeah,
but for like he's just not relevant to a huge part of the
But even before he got old, like even Emmitt Smith tried TV.
Yeah.
Marcus that's what I'm saying.
I got
it's just
you.
like he played and that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Weird.
Not so much. So add Roki Sasaki to the list of Dodger pitchers that is going to miss some time. He's getting shut down. No return date scheduled at this point. He has what is being described as a shoulder impingement. His fastball velocity has fallen off pretty significantly. I mean, he went from near 100 near the beginning of the season to mid-90s right now. Has not pitched particularly well. Has kind of struggled in his introduction to the major league. He hasn't been terrible, but he hasn't been very good either. He's looked like a kind of a green guy. He's inexperienced, and he's been trying to find his way in the big leagues. And now he's going to be gone for an indefinite period of time.
That's terrible. Well, it's expected, though. And I'm trying to go back, and I wish I could pull up some old tweets and texts and all that sort of stuff about when the Dodgers made the deal to get him and how people went completely bonkers. Yeah. And then you saw him pitch. And the pitch you couldn't name.
That
the computer blew.
The computer couldn't name.
Blew it. And someone that was not you, but someone in this building said he's going to be the greatest pitcher ever. I'm just funny. Yeah. It's funny how hyped we get about certain guys in certain times of the year. And then you realize like none of that is possible.
You know what this is, DeMarco? This is exactly what we were talking about 2.5 minutes ago.
What?
Yeah, I get it. You're good over there. Show me over here.
Over here.
This is exactly what we were just talking about.
It's a lot different over here.
This is the best league in the world.
Yes.
Come show me.
It's not that easy. It's not as easy.
Not.
So, but you were expecting him to struggle.
I was expecting about what we've seen.
Okay, right.
Maybe I thought he might be. I thought there would be some higher highs right now, but that there have been some low lows have not been a huge surprise.
Not unexpected.
Yeah.
And an impingement in your shoulder, that's the best place to have it. Elbow's bad.
They're all bad.
Shoulder's bad too?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought shoulder was the good one.
I guess if you had to pick.
Yeah. Shoulder's the good one, elbow's the bad one.
They're different degrees of bad. I don't think either one I would describe as the good one. But here's, you said this to me, I don't know, couple months ago. Like, what would it take for you to worry? And I said, kind of nothing.
And you're sitting on 28 wins now?
Yeah, and they got killed by the A's last night, whatever. I've gone from no worry to low level to moderate worry with what their pitching is, because here's what's going on. Here's their rotation as we sit in the middle of May. Okay?
Yep.
You've got Yamamoto, who, if we're handing out grades, Yamamoto gets an A or an A+ for the way he's pitched so far this year. He's been terrific.
Fair enough.
Okay. Dustin May.
Yes.
B or a B-. I
didn't know he was 6'6", but go ahead.
Yeah, he's huge.
I didn't know he was 6'6". 180?
Yeah,
damn.
He's a string bean.
Woo,
a red string bean.
Damn.
But he's been all over the map. He's looked really good and not so good. He's coming back from an injury, so I'll give him a B. Okay. Tony Gonsolin hasn't really pitched much yet, but what we've seen has been pretty good. Landon Knack got clobbered again last night. He's gotten clobbered just as often as he hasn't. He's really struggled, so you give him like maybe a
anything you
C-
give
or a D.
Anything he gives you is gravy.
No, but that's the problem. It's not gravy. He's in your rotation right now.
You need, but it used to be, or it should be.
At the beginning of the season,
right,
he was gravy.
But now you need him.
But now he's pitching poorly and getting knocked around.
Can't
and then
live
you've
on
got your number 5 right now is a bullpen guy. It's a bullpen day. So you've got a guy that's pitching great, another guy that's okay in May, another guy that's just getting started in Gonsolin, who has been good, Knack, who's been bad, and a bullpen day. From where we were a month and a half ago to this, that happened fast, man.
You had to expect it, though, with the arms the way they go.
Not there's a couple, sure, but that virtually all of them, other than Yamamoto, have bit the dust.
Yeah,
that's surprising.
Every time we talk about this, the more my respect and admiration for Andrew Friedman just grows, because you're still arm proof. We talked about the Dodgers ruining baseball. You're still kind of you're still winning. Well, you got beat last night.
Yeah. They are winning, but this is what I just described. Yamamoto, May, Gonsolin, Knack, bullpen. That's not particularly sustainable.
No, and it's unsustainable, but you can sustain it until guys get healthy. And this does look like a job for Superman, and I hope he comes back and looks that way.
Talking about Kershaw?
I hope he comes back and looks like that guy.
He's going to pitch Saturday.
There's a role. There's a need. You want to feel needed. Here you go.
Both.
Yeah.
What was more of a curiosity.
Yeah.
What was more of a, hey, let's give him the ball a few times. Let's get him to that, 3,000 strikeouts or whatever the number is that we've been looking at. Let's give him another lap around the track. Now it's dude, we need you.
Yeah.
Like, we need you. And if you've watched him pitch in his rehab assignments, he's been pretty good. The under the hood stuff, the velocity stuff, the all of that, like, he's going to get guys out based on his brains, his experience, and his courage.
And I trust that. I do. The guy's, he's long in the tooth. He's not going to blink. I trust his brain.
I
almost don't care about the result. I need the innings right now.
The problem is he's not going to give you a ton of innings. He might give you a time or two through the order each time. I think that's the best you could hope for. 4 innings?
Yeah, that's too much.
No. I think that's probably the right number.
If you can get me 5, I'd be happy. 4, I think I can work around.
4 you'd take.
Yeah.
But okay, you're going to lean on him once a week for 3 months, like Snell.
That's not a lot.
Here's the thing with Snell, right? Snell was we're just shutting him down. So he'll be throwing in a week. That was a month and a half ago. Hasn't started throwing yet. Tyler Glasnow, whatever. Like at this point, I'm let me know when you're ready to pitch, bro.
Don't you think it's funny his name has glass in it?
It's appropriate.
Okay.
Sasaki just got shut down. No return date in sight.
I know where you're going. Go ahead.
It just feels that you had all these like redundancies, these safety levers. You are really thin, and you're asking Clayton Kershaw, who's his 18th season in the major leagues, to carry water.
I'm paying
that was not part of the plan.
It's like LeBron. I'm paying you to go out there.
No, it's not like LeBron.
No, I know you're old, but and you got to play 40 minutes. Yeah, that's when I'm paying. You're a basketball player. You're Clayton Kershaw. I love you, but you are a pitcher. I need a pitcher.
That part's true. The difference is LeBron really has not gotten hurt ever. Kershaw hasn't played much over the last 3 years.
Just talking about his expectation because he's so old. I could care less. I need a player that plays 40 minutes. You have to be that guy. I need a pitcher now. It's got to be you. I thought you were going to Shohei getting out there and rearing back and firing a few out there.
Well, Shohei is another one that if you get it, great. But it may go from a luxury to a necessity. And again, Shohei hasn't pitched in a year and a half. I don't know what it's going to. I'm optimistic that it'll look good, but there's going to be some re-entry issues.
I don't think I'm so result oriented. I need some innings out of you and work it out there. I thought that's where you were headed with that, but it might be Clayton Kershaw. It could be the savior of this little mini meltdown on the mound.
No, he may be a temporary solution to getting through a couple of months.
That's
but
what I mean.
Savior is
not save the day, Cy Young. I'm talking like just eat up some innings for a while. Until you get guys back.
So he takes the spot of the bullpen guy. You still got Knack. You still got Gonsolin, who is just coming back from an injury. You've got Dustin May, who's had 2 Tommy John surgeries. Like Yamamoto is your workhorse, and he missed half the season last year. Like this happened in a blink. We'll talk with Oral Hersheiser. Oral's supposed to call us.
Is he?
In 45 minutes or so. We'll kind of run through him.
Is he mad at you or me?
I don't think he's mad at either one of us at the moment.
Just making sure. Yeah, you never know.
He did threaten to take my truck back again on text last night.
For what?
I don't know. He wants his truck back.
He's
going to have to come get it if he wants it.
I was joking with him about being on the walker when he had the hip, and he gave me a look like he wanted to throw something at me. Yeah.
There's also an interesting job posting that just came up for the Lakers that we could talk about on the other side if we want to.
Defender?
Point guard?
Something like that.
Basketball player wanted. No experience required. Must be willing to play defense.
Wow.
Call Rob Pelinka.
Yes.
213. All right. Well, I want to know what the job is. That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
The NFL schedule drops.
Trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
Cap here. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt. With years of experience and a passion for helping people, if you've got water damage at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. That's 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt. Your claim, our game.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
The playoffs are in full swing, and you can get in on all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code JOEQ. That's JOEQ to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Adam Schefter here for Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN. Are you ready for the NFL season? The schedule release is coming, and we know the best place to get your tickets this year. My friends at Vivid Seats. They're seriously legit, and you earn rewards on every purchase. That's basically free football games. When that schedule hits, don't wait around. For the best selection and all the great deals, head to vividseats.com or download the app and lock in your game days now.
It's the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
You want to make friends? You buy around for the bar.
Yeah.
Luca did that with parking. I thought that was fantastic.
Terrific.
Yes.
The Travis and DeMarco Show rolls on
LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN.
Real quick, before we get off
Will Chamberlain.
The Dodgers, no. People, they listen, and they're blaming the training staff or the pitching coaches for the Dodgers pitching woes or injuries. Did that factor into how you're thinking at all?
Not really. If it were just the Dodgers, then I would be saying, yeah, maybe, but it's not. It's everybody.
It's everybody, not just them. They said we've been talking about this for years. It never changes. It's more like I hate the trainers, hate the pitching coach, hate the trainers, hate the pitching coach.
If to the people that you're talking about, if you could find a way to keep pitchers healthy, it would be like curing cancer. It would be like finding cold fusion. It is the holy grail of what baseball organizations are looking for. Nobody knows how to do it. Nobody knows how to do it.
You have to change the human body.
I think the way that you could get closer to it, again, is another good thing to talk about. And I've asked Oral this, and the pendulum started to swing back to it. You have to ask them to do a different thing to keep that.
Ask the pitchers to do something different.
That what's being asked of them now is basically, we want you to throw every pitch
hard as hell,
like it's the last out of the World Series. Like I need you.
No, this is weird. I thought you guys did that anyway.
No.
Okay. You got to be smart.
That is a relatively new phenomenon.
Throwing as hard as you can every pitch.
And torque it as much as you can, spin it as much as you can, throw it as hard. Every pitch in the bullpen, every pitch in the game. It's just
throw it as hard as you can.
Yeah, and that is a relatively new phenomenon.
It is a strategy that's won them a World Series.
Yep.
It's making tons of money, and none of the pitchers are complaining.
Yep, all true too.
That the team is killing them.
Yeah.
Glasnow even said the opposite. I throw hard. Injuries are why we have doctors.
Yep.
It is what it is.
He said it on the Starkville podcast a month or so ago. He said they would rather get 100 innings out of a pitcher at max effort than 200 out of a pitcher at something less than max effort. It may not be
physically or humanly possible to do.
It's not.
Obviously it's not. So. You keep breaking down.
Yeah, and it's not. The Dodgers have had a lot, but it's not just them.
So
what's the job?
The posting on Teamwork Online, which is where a lot of these sports teams will post new job openings, and a listing has been put out there from the Lakers for a position that would pay $200 to $250K a year
Not
as
bad.
the head
Good gig.
strength and conditioning coach for the Los Angeles Lakers. So looking for a change in
Are you
strength
serious?
and conditioning.
Where did they put this?
On Teamwork Online, which is where a lot of these teams will post their job openings.
I don't know what to say to that. They
Yeah,
actually
you do.
posted that?
Yeah, you
oh,
do.
Oh, my God, they actually posted that. Oh, goodness gracious.
Yeah, they need it. It's an open position.
It is
Get
what
the
it
guys in
is.
shape.
It is what it is. Oh, my God. See? You get people fired by being out of shape. $250K?
Yeah.
To keep and get Luka in
It
shape?
ain't his job.
To get him in shape and keep it.
You know whose job it is to get and keep Luka in
Luka.
shape?
Luka and his people and his trainers.
Dude, this
and
idea
JJ.
that you can babysitter your way to a multi-millionaire adult doing something that they don't want to do is laughable to me.
I do know when strength coaches get fired, they get fired because of injuries and poor performance by players. Like
Yeah.
it has to go somewhere, and usually the first guy out the door is the strength coach.
I get it, and I get that. Look,
And it used to kill me. It's
Yeah.
like it's not his fault; it's ours. We did it.
Totally agree with you.
Yeah.
That sometimes a guy's got to take a bullet just because somebody's got to do it, and it's easier to replace you than it is to replace somebody. That's just the unfair part of life sometimes.
Yeah.
Right. I got to fire somebody to make it look right, and you're the guy that's going to do it. Okay,
Yeah.
fine. But to kind of going back to what I said a second ago, this idea that you can do something for him or a player like him, like Luka. You said it before. Get him a car. Get him a train. Guys, Luka is not without resources to get. The reason he doesn't get in shape is not because he doesn't have a ride to the gym.
No.
And I'm just saying that he will get in shape or won't, based entirely on his decision to get in shape or not.
Whether he chooses to or not.
Yes, not
But
because you put a chef, a trainer, a car, a this or a that. He either will or he won't. It's up to him.
Well, if I'm about to hand this guy a bag full of money, the car is for, look, I want to see how many times you actually got in it.
Okay.
That means you went to the gym. Or if we send you food or a chef, how many times did you actually eat that food? Or are you doing it your way? Did you miss workouts? Did you go to restaurants? I want to make sure I'm covering all my bases just in case I have to say no.
I hear you.
Yeah, he refused to do what we needed him to do to get in shape.
What can we do to help you? What would you like us to do? And if his response is nothing, I got it, cool. If his response is I'd like a chef, I'd like a car, I'd like this, I'd like that, great, we'll do that too.
Yeah.
But it is, we don't think you're fit enough. First words out of J.J. Redick's mouth at his postseason press conferences, we need to get in shape.
Oh, yeah.
First words out of his mouth. What would you like us to do? And then do whatever it is he wants. It's up to him.
Definitely.
If he asks for support, give him all the support he can handle. If he says, I got it, let him go, and because he's giving you the answer either way.
Yes, there is right now in the NFL, there is a team. What do you call that? Basically a dial-a-ride for every team.
Yeah.
So if you're out someplace and I can't drive, call this number. They'll pick you up and take you home. The problem is the team's going to know.
Right.
That's the thing.
Call Uber.
It's a check and balance. Right. But that has its own.
Hire your own car.
That has its own issues because now that's public. So everything that happens here, they're in control of.
If you're really worried about it, then don't do it.
That's what I'm saying. Right.
But if get an Uber, hire a limo, a black service car, whatever.
There's any way they can get you out of there
to not get arrested and not have your employer at least potentially find out.
That's the only thing is they're going to know. But I would do the same thing in reverse just to make sure he's there. But yeah, I mean, I do know this about training rooms. There are certain coaches that just do not want you in there. They don't want players hanging out in there. So maybe your training room environment was too welcoming. It has to be something where you come in, you get treatment, and you leave, and they push you back to the floor. Maybe. I mean, but like I said, this is the reasons they get fired in the first place. But the fact that you have to go out and solicit people to come work for the Lakers, that's a shock to me. I thought there'd be people lined up to work there. Right. Really?
Yeah.
Also, sometimes you legally have to put these jobs posted. You can't just appoint somebody legally.
That would be my guess, is that this is a logistical necessity that we are required by company charter, law, whatever it is, to post jobs to the public.
So this is the Rooney Rule of strength coaches.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
We're just doing this because we have to.
I mean, most businesses are really
Let me ask you this.
What?
of your jobs that you've got, and you're probably not the best example because as an NFL player and everything else, but every job I have gotten other than my very first job was because I knew a guy at a place that knew a guy at a place that knew a guy at a place.
It's not what you know, it's who you know.
Right. And they say, hey, we're looking for, no, call this guy, and that guy. It has never been, I saw a job that was listed and applied for it out of the blue, other than my first one. And the first one, you got to get the first one because you don't know anybody.
True.
But after that, like, they're not hiring a guy that's working as a PT at the local, sports injury clinic who just threw his name. They're going to.
Unless he's training LeBron and AD in his spare time.
That's a little different.
Yeah.
But they'll get their man.
Oh, no
They'll
doubt. I bet they already have the guy circled by now, and he may be in town.
1,000%.
Of course they do. Of course.
1,000%.
And part of your job is you're going to have to babysit this one.
Not if I'm in charge. It's not. What do you want?
You're going to have to make sure. Your job is to make sure. Make sure the guy's young, single, and he's got nothing to do but follow Luka around.
Yeah, but no, not that. But how do you make Luka Doncic do something he doesn't want to do?
Follow him around.
And do what?
Knock on the door, call him. We got workouts. They're coming down.
I'll get to it later.
Just remind him. Just keep reminding him. I did it.
Dude, stop calling me.
I'm going to keep calling you. This is why I was hired. We have to. Luka, we got to work out tomorrow. Yeah. I'll pick you up at 9. That stuff.
I'll get there.
And then hang up the phone.
I'll get there myself.
Yep. I know. And then I told JJ, I told him I was there.
That's what I mean.
He didn't answer the door.
That's like the babysitting part of this is just asinine.
That would be your job. Yeah.
I'm not saying that it's not the job, but it's up to him.
And it could be like the Rodman thing. Keep him out of the clubs. Or if he goes to the clubs, make sure he gets here the next day.
Yeah. He went to the club because you can't stop him. Factor Cap coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Hey, have you ever had to deal with chafing? That's with an H. Chafing, whatever you want to call it. Chafing. That irritation that's usually in the inner part of your legs. I'll say it that way. So whether it was back in the playing days or just going out for morning walks, chafing is no joke. It could really be painful, and that's why I always keep Highland's Chafing Relief on deck. This stuff is a game changer. Goes on like a cream, dries like a powder, stays put even through sweat and water. No greasy mess, just all-day protection. Best protection you can buy. Should be a left tackle. And if you're already got some chafing like I do, you're not alone. Highlands has your back, and they have it, and they soothe it fast with aloe, shea butter, and tea tree oil. So whether you're running, riding, hiking, or just dealing with the heat, construction workers, listen up. Highlands Chafing Relief has your back and your thighs and your arms. You get the idea. You shouldn't have to stop doing what you love just because of chafing. Trust me, grab some Highlands Chafing Relief and feel the difference. It will change your life. Available today at Walmart and Target.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason and Ireland. Next at noon after Travis and DeMarco.
Now, what do you get buttons at home?
So that's what they
and
have
they press
now.
the buttons?
Yeah, that's what you can do right now. You could train your dog to buttons for if the dog wants a treat, it'll hit a button and it'll associate that with the treat. So it's using
my dog will literally just sit on that button waiting for treats. A serious stream of treats.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio. That's Mason and Ireland.
On 710 ESPN.
Waba Grill is an LA original, so we've got to keep it real. Real fresh with our Asian-inspired menu that's grilled to order every time.
Take me up and never put me down.
Real quality with our marinated proteins like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Enjoy $5 happy hour weekdays after 3 p.m. with our 5-piece pork veggie dumplings and a value-sized premium beverage drink like our creamy and delicious Thai tea. Waba Grill, keeping it real every day for you.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. In the market for new flooring? Why pay more at big box stores? At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR or visit them online at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net. No sale beats wholesale.
Hey, John Ireland here for Thrive Cybersecurity. We all know in sports that defense wins games and turnovers kill you. That's also true in business. The truth is 1/3 of businesses will unwittingly turn over their sensitive company data to thieves this year. Don't let that happen to you. Remember this website, thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. Thrive starts with a comprehensive cyber risk assessment. Their security analysts identify gaps and deliver proactive solutions to help keep your network healthy and protected. It's not a matter of if, it's when. Get ready. Visit thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. Play defense. Use Thrive and protect your business.
Evan Cohen here. Picking a place to build a life is a lot like selecting a draft pick. Make a decision that will set you up for long-term success. Pick Wisconsin. In Wisconsin, you'll find dynamic career opportunities, beautiful seasons, affordable living, and legendary weekends. From its high quality of life and great schools to its fine arts, culinary, and pro sports scenes, Wisconsin gives you so much to look forward to. That's why you should pick Wisconsin. Learn more about making Wisconsin your home. Visit pickwisconsin.com.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
It was a doubleheader in August and really hot inside the concession stand. So instead of waiting for people to come to me, I figured I'd walk around yelling, "Hot dogs here!" And that's how I became the first hot dog vendor in sports.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, not available in all states.
Here we go. It is Factor Cap time.
Factor Cap
on the Travis and DeMarco Show. Each weekday around 10:30, producer Emily serves up what's going down, and fun and frivolity ensues. Special thanks to the law offices of Joseph S. Normand for making Factor Cap possible.
It's Joseph S. Normand. It's Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN. And if you've been hurt in an accident, let me help you. Call my office at 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let's do it. Factor Cap.
Right now.
Take it away, producer Emily.
Welcome to Factor Cap.
Thanks, Joe. Hi, guys.
Konnichiwa. Burn it down.
Oh, that's a new one. So this is one of my biggest bones to pick with a certain chain of restaurants here in Los Angeles. Not only is it cosplaying as Texas core for whatever reason, that people on the east side of LA, transplants can pretend they're from Texas and Indiana, Austin, whatever. But this is a fast casual restaurant where you order your food at a counter and then you get a number and then you sit down and then the staff will bring your food out to your table with the number on it. So we all have been to these kinds of places before. This place specifically has several locations, and at every location, they have the cash register place at the front of the restaurant right by the door. So no matter how many people are coming in and out, it always looks like there's a line out the door.
Okay.
So it could be not even that busy, but there's a line there's deep outside.
Smart.
And you're like, whoa, is it really that busy? But it's actually never that busy. Or it could be that busy, but it's faux busy.
Got it.
Okay? So a line outside of a restaurant is prohibitive to you.
Oh.
Travis, Factor Cap.
Fact. Fact. Yep. I when I go out, I want two things in this order. Good food, and I want to get in and out of there relatively quickly.
Good
Does
food
it make
and
you think
fast.
Does it make you think that place is good?
Not
Yes.
to me. No,
It gives me FOMO.
To me, see, I don't have that.
Oh, yeah.
What to me it does do is it means it might be trendy. It doesn't mean it's good. It means it could be trendy. It means it could be new. It doesn't mean it's good. If they got a line there a year later, that means
You're
it's
in.
good.
Okay.
Yeah.
A line around a donut store. I'm in.
Yeah.
Something about that donut I gotta have. If Def Jam Party, remember that? The Russell Simmons Def Jam Party?
Sure.
That was his thing. So there'd be 10,000 people outside, and when you finally got in, there's like 50 people in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks bigger than what it is, but
Yeah.
that was the whole part of it. Yeah, I'm in it. If I see a line around the corner, I'm like, I gotta try whatever that is.
So
Yeah.
it's not prohibitive for you?
Not prohibitive, no.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's Cat. Jorge?
I'm with DeMarco. I'm in because you know where you're going. You know what you're going to expect out of that place anyway. So just be prepared for that extra 30 minutes you're going to have to wait for your food or whatever for you to get in.
All right, let me call this out by name because these are two places that just piss me off about in LA, about these transplants in the east side of LA specifically. People that look like me, a.k.a. white people, going to these two places and doing long lines at the door for crappy food. This place is not necessarily crappy food. It's just not worth the line. Home State is the place I'm talking about, and then Courage Bagels.
Ooh.
I can't stand Courage Bagels. It's an open-faced bagel, and these people are going crazy for it.
Bagel.
Have you
I'm so
gone?
sorry. I have gone, and I waited in the line.
They got you.
I understand, but I don't understand why everyone's going crazy. It's the best bagel in LA. No, it's not.
Nah. I can miss the line.
I can miss a bagel.
If there's a line a year later, then they're on to something. But just because there's a line does not get me excited.
Usually it holds up. I see why you guys are outside. Yeah.
I think usually it depends on what the place looks like. If it's a place, again, like that's been there for a long time, but if it's Courage Bagels,
Hood Barbecue,
it's not.
Hood Barbecue, it's around the corner, but that's because it's good, and they're not.
And they run out.
They're not going that fast inside.
Yeah.
So Brenda and I found this pan dulce spot, right, like near us, and there was a line like the first week. We're like, hey, let's go check it out. It was whatever, just your regular pan dulce with extra toppings on the top, nothing crazy, but
nothing special.
We don't understand what the line is.
Did you go back?
We never went back.
Yeah.
Oh,
there you go.
Yeah.
Sorry, Em.
It's okay.
There's a barbecue joint out there that's made from an old shipping container.
Okay.
That's the building.
Yeah.
And it's
yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
But it takes so long to get food.
So that's an interesting question. That if the service is like the process, let's call it the process. If the process is just incredibly deliberate and slow, and it causes a line, and you're going to be standing there a really long time, but I know for certain the food is a grand slam, I'll wait in that line.
Yeah.
But I'm not waiting in it just because it's hot.
If you complain, it's going to take another 2 hours.
Yeah, no, never complain.
Just wait. Yes.
Okay, so after I went to Home Seat last night, I went to see a movie called Friendship, starring Tim Robinson. And in the movie, it's great. If you want a lovely viewing experience, as well as if you like, I think you should leave, you'll love this movie. But anyway, in the movie, the main character has one style of clothing he always wears. He only buys things from one company, one brand, because he loves it. He's like, it fits me perfectly. It's all I have. I'm like, anyway. So when you find a brand you like, you buy everything from it. You go up and down the line. You buy all the different colors, all the different sizes. You buy everything from, let's say, you love Lululemon. DeMarco,
Fact, Nike, go shop at any other store. I just bought the wife and daughter Adidas. And they're like, you want something? Nope, I don't wear Adidas. I don't wear Reebok, I wear Nike. This is me.
It's like you're sponsored.
Yeah, if they made car interior, I'd have that too. Yeah, I would. I've been a Nike guy my entire life. Yes, fact.
Travis?
It's Cap, but I don't buy all of it, but if I find something I do like, I will buy many of exactly the same thing. Maybe you switch up the color or whatever it is, but like, for instance, I like these little thin sweatshirts, and I have, I don't know, maybe a dozen of them at this point. I really like them, but the company that makes them, Viore, I don't have anything else that they make. Like, I just know that I like this. So So
I got a bunch of Tommy Bahama shirts the same way.
Yeah,
I like that.
My sister,
I called this the Travis this morning.
It's a good look.
I'm putting on the Travis. There you go. Putting on the Travis.
Hey, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Are you comfortable?
I feel great.
There you go.
There you go. Yes, sir.
You both look great.
And that's the thing. Like, and this is why, like, DeMarco, you'll, especially, I don't know if this is just a man thing, but it is definitely a man thing.
Yeah.
Once you find something that is comfortable and doesn't look like absolute crap,
lifetime,
it's your uniform for life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do me one favor. Put your hoodie on. I'm dying.
Hood?
Put the hoodie on. Let me see. I want to see what you look like in a hoodie. Hold on.
This is why you should watch us on YouTube on the ESPN LA stream.
Oh, yeah.
Dog.
Oh,
That's
God.
Sons of Anarchy right there, bro. You just got 10 times more scary.
I can't. That.
Oh, my God.
Put it down.
Throw a little teardrop right there. Oh, bro, we're there.
I hate it.
Hey, where's your gear? You look like a knight without the gear.
Hey.
I hate it. Yeah, it looks like chainmail.
You know what's funny? Like I like what you guys are telling me. I'm probably never taking this hood off at this point. I've told you guys this before. I don't know if you and I were doing the show together yet, DeMarco. Have we worked together when I shaved my beard but left the mustache?
No, not yet. No.
So I'm a pretty easygoing guy.
Yeah.
Right. But when I carve my beard into just a Fu Manchu, people give me a very wide berth.
You should do that and put the hoodie on.
You would think the Harley downstairs is his.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Berth.
You know, up here with it.
Go ahead, Emily.
All right. Do you do the same thing where you buy one thing, the same brand?
I'm the opposite of DeMarco. Everything, my shoes, my socks. I have chonies that are Adidas.
That's Beckham. That's Beckham.
That's a Beckham thing, exactly.
Yeah.
So ever since, I've been wearing Adidas since I was in junior high and started playing sports. And
I have those Adidas chonies. They're pretty good.
Oh, they're comfortable, man. They are.
Pocket.
My sister Clara buys everything from Hlara. She has every single iteration of anything they've ever put out there and in multiple colors. I can't look at you right now, Travis. I don't like this hood.
That's rocking, though. Yeah, there you go.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
One last thing for you guys. Tonight I'm going to go with some friends to go watch Survivor as a group because I got a few friends that do watch the show with me. And my friend who's hosting the party asked if I could, she could use my login for Paramount Plus because you can only stream it if you have the Paramount Plus without ads, which I'm sure is just Paramount Plus. I don't know, whatever. I'm going to give it to her because she's a close friend of mine, and I don't care. But you only give your login to a close friend. You only give your login to somebody that you're very inner circle with. Jorge Fedricap.
Yeah, I had a friend who I loaned my thing to and never used it. But that's his fault.
Does he wear a hoodie right now?
Yeah, there you go.
No, and that same friend offered to let me borrow his login for that Beckham show, and sure, if we can trade, sure, why not?
Okay, there you go.
Let's do it.
All right, DeMarco?
Yeah. I'm a little guarded with that. Family members, brothers, uncles, cousins. Yeah, but
you can always change the password and not give it to them.
I do. I don't mind. I mean, it's as long as it doesn't cost me anything. I'm good. Yeah, there you go.
And that's it for Fedricap. I'm just kidding. Travis, what would you like?
What? Exactly what DeMarco said. I don't want to say I'd give it to anybody, but I'd give it to almost anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I wouldn't give it to a stranger, but I give it to my kids, my brother, friends, work acquaintances, because to your point, Em, the second it gets unwieldy, I just change the password.
Yep.
And it's back to where
Start all over.
I need it to be. Yeah. I'm wearing this the rest of the day, so you're going to have to get comfortable.
I like
with
it. Look at you.
You know what it is, too?
What?
It's warmed up in here all of a
See?
sudden.
Exactly. There you go.
Why don't you wear yours, too? Might as well.
Throw the hood.
We look like the Revenge of the Sith guy. Let's see.
There we go.
Yeah.
There you go. How
there
about
we
that?
go.
Yeah. Now it looks like it's raining in here.
There we go.
Now it looks like we're getting out of the elements for sure. Factor Cap is brought to you by the law office of Joseph S. Normand. You've got a lot of choices in your legal team, but family always comes first with Joe. Call 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000. NormandLegal.com online. If you get hurt in an accident, call Joe. He'll tell you what's up. 213-747-2000. Pete Rose is eligible for the Hall of Fame. Coming up next is Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
The NFL schedule drops today at 5 p.m. and we'll be all over it on Sedano and Cap on 710 ESPN. As we find out how the Rams 2025 fall looks, we'll also be on top of the marquee matchups ahead of the NFL season.
Don't miss the NFL schedule release.
Today at 5 p.m. on 710 ESPN.
On the all-new ESPN LA app.
And on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Find what you love, love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wines. Guides in the know and prices so low, it just might blow your mind. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
With curbside pickup and delivery available, you'll always find what you love, only at Total Wine & More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, U.S. Tax Shield can help you take back control. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Our team of tax attorneys can stop collections and get you protected. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the BBB, so call 800-494-6139. U.S. Tax Shield, 800-494-6139.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
And I am sick and tired of my phone, baby. Sometimes I feel like I live in Grand Central Station.
Guess who's saying this?
Will Chamberlain. There you
okay,
go.
Beyonce is one of them.
Rihanna?
Nope. LG.
LG. Lady Gaga.
There you go.
Good job.
Yeah.
This is a good video. Yeah.
And at the end of it says to be continued, and everyone's been speculating for forever that they'd do a reboot of that, but they did not this cycle.
Yeah, I like this song. Yeah.
The NBA playoffs, the draft, free agency, the offseason, every moment of what the purple and gold on the biggest offseason in history. We have your dose of what's next for the Lakers, thanks to Pro Baller, the official energy drink of the Los Angeles Lakers. A little breaking NFL news. It feels like it's almost football season again. We got the schedule coming out at 5 o'clock today. Sedano and Cap have their special. They're going to break the whole thing down. You and I will be talking about it all day tomorrow as well. Derrick Henry and the Baltimore Ravens have reached an agreement on a 2-year, $30 million extension that includes $25 million fully guaranteed over the next 2 seasons. That is per Todd France of Athletes First. It's the largest deal in NFL history for a running back over 30.
So they gave him $25 million, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense.
He's really good.
That kind of
And he's special. He's one of those special guys.
Sure is.
That protects you in the long run as a team, and you reward him for what he's done, not for what he's going to do. That kind of makes sense. That's how you pay running backs.
And he's still, it's short enough that you
can get out of it.
Yeah, it's fine.
And you've rewarded him.
Yeah.
Because he was every bit the reason you were successful. So $25 million makes sense. I mean, the running backs haven't gone away completely. Every now and then you'll get these deals, but you got to be special to get a deal like this.
I think that's the difference. I think that's the biggest change that we've seen over the last, call it 10 or 12 years.
Mm-hmm.
If you're Christian McCaffrey or Saquon Barkley or Derrick Henry, you're going to get your money. If you are the rank and file, you are not.
If you're James Cook, I think you have a case that you should make more money.
Yeah.
And even his GM says you're going to have to show me again before I pay you.
Look at Kyren.
It's hard, man. It really is. When the difference between you and your backup, even though the eyes tell you this guy is better than him, but the production is close, and the paycheck isn't.
Yeah,
I'll pay the cheaper guy of the two and let you go.
I can get 80% of the production for 20% of the cost. That's an easy one.
That's business. That's
but
how
if
it goes.
I get 20% of the production, I got to pay the premium. I got to pay the full boat.
If he's the guy, and if you want to do it right in your locker room, same with Todd Gurley. Les did that with Todd Gurley. You're paying for what they did, not for what they're going to do. Because what he should have done is not pay Todd. But that would have been the wrong thing because Todd was your guy.
Yeah.
You had to.
Todd was the best player on the team.
He was. He was the reason. He was the engine that made it go. So you have to at least reward the guy for what he's done.
And here's what's so scary.
Yeah.
Todd is also the perfect example of why you don't do it.
Because he fell apart right after you did it.
Right.
I know. That's the part. That's the problem. And Derrick Henry. One hit could be his last.
Yeah,
the next hit could be his last.
It absolutely could, but he's also like, Todd's not even 30 yet.
I know. It's crazy, right?
That's what, and not only is he not 30, he's been out of the league for
a minute.
Yeah,
and he's not even 30.
He's not even 30.
Yep.
Derrick Henry is over 30 and has been basically awesome the entire time he's been in the league.
Right.
He's a different bet. Like he's a different bet because the production has been very consistent at a very high level.
Yeah.
The type of runner he is
he's great.
Just you can feel better about that than you can about a guy that isn't Derrick Henry.
I think you can sell that to your fan. If he gets hurt and he has a subpar season, I think you can still sell that. It was Derrick Henry. We had to pay the guy. But
have we entered the part?
It's still a risk to pay a running back. Yeah.
With the Ravens specifically, have we entered the part where take your pick. They go 13-4. Okay, whatever it is. They have a great regular season.
And by the way, a Rams opponent this year.
Yep. Are we all going? Yeah, cool, dude. Show me in January. Have we hit that with Lamar Jackson in the
I'm
Ravens?
there with Lamar.
Yeah.
The only thing you haven't done is win a Super Bowl. That's the only thing you haven't done.
Or can I even back it down a little bit from that? You haven't even had great playoff games. Never mind Super Bowls. But the one time you got to the AFC Championship, you were really lousy.
It's never going to be pretty when you get there because everybody's good.
Fair.
But you got to make it through that minefield. If you want to be counted on as one of the best quarterbacks in the league, you got to get through there.
Yeah.
So by hook or by crook, whatever you have to do, it's got to be there for you.
And there's put Mahomes over there because he's in a different category because he goes to the Super Bowl seemingly every year. But let's use a couple of more, both a younger player and an older player. Matthew Stafford finally got a look at it a couple of years ago, punched his ticket. There was a path. Oop, there it is. Boom, got it. Some of it's luck, some of it's good fortune, some of it's good team, good timing, all that. But he got a look at it and raced through it. The other couple of games that we've seen in the playoffs, he's been pretty darn good. They've run into some different good team. Joe Burrow got a look at it, all of a sudden got his shot, boom, ran right through it, went to the Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson's had a bunch of looks at it and hasn't been able to do it.
Yeah, I guess that's the other argument about his style of play. Will he have enough left when it comes playoff time to be that effective?
Yeah.
Can you be a pocket passer? Can you change your game slightly? All that stuff they used to say about Peyton Manning until he did it. You know what I mean? You just can't win the big game. Same for Lamar. It's all fair. It's all fair and love in football. So you're going to have a great postseason performance, and you're going to have to get Baltimore to a Super Bowl to get people off your back in that regard.
And
I don't care how you do it.
It's because it's not John Harbaugh, because John Harbaugh's gone to a Super Bowl before. He has proven himself. So it's really just the Lamar aspect.
And it's not the first or second or even third or fourth time. It's like it's happened enough times to where, because sometimes you can say, dude, give the guy a chance. We have. You've had multiple opportunities to show that this is what it's about, and you haven't done it yet.
It's becoming a thing. I don't think he's afeared of the moment.
I don't think that's what it is either.
Yeah, I don't think he shrinks in the moment. I think it is what it is. He just hasn't done it yet. And in football, you could actually miss your window.
Sure can.
Yeah, absolutely. You may not get back to have that next crack at it.
He's not necessarily someone I fear with under 2 minutes left in the game with the ball in his hands.
Okay,
he's
that's
not
really
that guy
interesting.
to me.
He is to me just because of the way that he can move
I worry
his feet.
about him whenever he's on the field.
Yep. He absolutely is to me, even though that the track record in the postseason has not proven that.
And they play well with leads. They don't necessarily play well from behind.
I get it, but anytime a quarterback can run like that, it scares the living daylights out of me.
Yeah, he's pretty smart too.
That also drains your clock. Yeah. And that's players that are best, I believe, at the end of the 2 minutes on the clock are great throwers because it doesn't take time off the clock. If you're a runner, at the end of the game, it's not as useful.
For instance, if I saw Russell Wilson at the end of the game, I don't love it.
Which one? This one or the one way back?
Seahawks, Russell Wilson.
Way back in the day.
Yeah, I didn't love it, but I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And look, Russell Wilson won a Super Bowl, went to another Super Bowl, but it wasn't him being terrifying. It was the team was really good.
He was a counterpunch to Marshawn Lynch.
Yes.
And he was really good at it.
Lamar, I hold my breath every time he drops back.
Bro,
every single time.
He blew by me when they were here in the Coliseum. Remember that game?
2 games in my life, DeMarco. 2 games, football games in my entire life. I'm sure you've seen more than this, but where I went, they can't stop him. It's not that they can't stop them. They can't stop him.
Right.
One was Lamar Jackson at the Coliseum, Monday Night Football.
Right.
Where he just ran circle around a good Rams team.
Ridiculous.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
The other one was Vince Young against SC in the Rose Bowl.
That was same thing.
So we can't stop him.
The Rams came up with a whole defensive front to stop him, and he figured that thing out in a blink.
Yeah.
And made him pay. And he ran by me so fast, I felt the wind. Like, dang, this dude is fast. And that's your quarterback?
Who's the fastest quarterback you played against?
Ever in life?
Yeah. You never played against Mike Vick, did you?
No.
Yeah.
Thank God I cycled out. I was there for the Rams playoff game when the D-line coach was screaming, I guess he's Harry Blank and Houdini, huh?
Yeah.
I guess he is. He's that fast.
Yeah.
The fastest quarterback I ever played against was a dude named Curtis Conway from SC.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they
played
put
wide
him
receiver in the league mostly.
Yeah, and they put him in at the end of the game because we were blowing him out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, you should have started the game with him.
He was a quarterback all the way up to SC.
Yeah, he was super fast. I guess Aaron McNair would be the fastest guy.
He was fast like that.
Super fast.
I knew he's big and powerful.
Yeah,
he was fast.
He could move.
Okay.
Yeah, he could move. Move. And Steve Young.
Good answer.
Sneakily fast.
Oh, yeah.
He'd give you that little pump fake.
He'd had to kind of this one
he
going
would
on,
sell
too.
it, and you get up in the air, and he'd take off. Yeah.
Something that we've been discussing on talk radio for literally 40 years finally came to an end yesterday. It's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Mother's Day is over.
$710 sent you, and you get 50% discount on your insurance deductible. Call them at 626-330-0100. That's 626-330-0100. Or check them out on Instagram at active.collision. Leo and the crew will walk you through every single detail. Call Leo anytime. They got the tow truck ready for you. Leo is family, and he'll take care of you.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. In the market for new flooring? Why pay more at big box stores? At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR or visit them online at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net. No sale beats wholesale.
The biggest show on the radio. Mason in Ireland on 710.
John, I encountered what I think is the most annoying children's game there is.
What is it?
Does anybody have an idea?
Children's game?
Most annoying
is it like
children's
a board game,
Yeah.
a playground game?
It's
what?
a pool game.
Marco Polo?
Oh, my God. All day long yesterday. Marco Polo. It's so annoying.
Can I tell you something, too?
Yeah.
Everyone cheats at Marco Polo.
Everybody's got their eyes.
Everyone
in the
opens their eyes.
Yeah.
I don't care what. Even if they say, I didn't do it, they get tired of looking for the guy and they cheat.
Marco. Oh, God. All day
Hello.
long.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, I think I know where you are. Yes, I voted that for most annoying game that kids can possibly play.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio.
Today at noon.
Mason in Ireland on 710 ESPN. 710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Happy NFL schedule release day coming up in 6 hours from right now. The NFL will drop their entire slate of games. We're going to be all over it all day long on 710. Be sure to listen to Sedano and Cap today at 5 for an NFL schedule release special. And we're talking about all the big games, the entire schedule for our Rams. Of course, right here on your home for Rams football, 710 ESPN. And this is how you know the NFL is just not even King Kong, but King Kong and Godzilla and Mothra and everything else thrown together.
Big deal.
Just we've known who they're going to play for 5 months. Now we're just going to know the order in which they're played.
When and where.
It's just awesome. But
Awesome.
the when, we've known the when. Or the
And
where.
who-
Or the
and
where.
where
I'm sorry.
and
We've
when,
known the
where and
Yeah.
what time of year. Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah. Like Philly in December is different than Philly in September.
Especially for me.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
You got to get some sort of parka that you're comfortable wearing and you don't feel like a wimp. Because you've said to me before, like, I can't, if they're not doing it, I can't do it.
Right. If
You gotta
he's
find
not
something.
doing it, if McVay's not doing it, I can't do it.
What about those long, like, pea coats that the guys in the studio will wear
Yeah,
sometimes?
yeah.
Like, nice and
Little
stylish.
fashionable?
Yeah.
I like that, but I
Yeah.
feel like I'm all buttoned up when I'm wearing a pea coat. It's
okay.
I like to be athletic a little bit.
Yeah.
I'll wear the. I'll just pick up the long johns. I'll just be insulated.
Layer
the
from underneath. You look like the
stuff you
Michelin
can't
Man.
see. Yes. Let's look it up. Playoff rushing yards. You know who was sixth in rushing in the postseason last year?
Sixth?
Sixth place. So
No.
Barkley, number 1. James Cook, number 2. Derrick Henry, number 3. Just talked about him. Joe Mixon, still around.
Can I guess?
And go ahead.
Jonathan Taylor?
Nope.
Okay.
Kyron Williams.
Oh, wow.
2 games, 182 yards, 5.2 yards per carry.
He's a good player.
He's good. I know. It's weird. It's a weird situation talking about running backs getting paid. He's up right now.
Can I try to simplify it with that? And I don't mean this to be disrespectful to Mr. Williams whatsoever. He's good, but he's not special. And that it's as simple as that. Like, is he good? Absolutely. Is he Christian McCaffrey, Saquon Barkley, Derrick Henry? Nope.
Yeah, I know.
Nope. It's like that. To me, it's
weird.
not super complicated.
Running backs are hard. And Joe Mixon, I bet you thought he'd be done, and there he is again. 2 games. He's
you
up
never
there.
know, but
Right.
you'd rather miss on the low side than on the high side with
No
those
doubt.
guys.
The only quarterback on the list is actually Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Yes.
Pete Rose was removed from the permanently ineligible list by Rob Manfred yesterday. The Pete Rose saga has been a story that has been a part of the talk radio landscape really since he was banned from baseball back in the 80s. That this is something that has been going on for 40 years. Was the easiest and, in my opinion, the laziest talk radio topic in the history of the world.
Guaranteed calls.
Yeah. And it's over. Pete Rose died, not that long ago, a few months ago. And yesterday, Rose, Shoeless Joe Jackson, and a handful of other people that, quite frankly, very few of us have ever heard of, got their names taken off the list. And basically a lifetime ban meant it lasts your lifetime. And once upon your death, you are no longer ineligible. You can be considered.
You can go in. We said this for years. Pete's going to go into the Hall of Fame. He's just not going to live to see it. Or enjoy it. But it seems like he won this battle, because I think he made more money being out of the Hall of Fame and being a thorn in baseball's side. And I don't think he really cared about it.
Oh, he cared deeply.
You think so?
I know so.
About getting in?
He may have economically survived not getting in, but every single second of every single day, Pete Rose was mortified that he was not in the Hall of Fame.
What didn't he get?
Induction into the Hall of Fame.
Besides the induction and the whole ceremony.
Everybody knows he's a great player.
Yeah.
Everybody knows the hits and all that. And this is why.
Documentaries, everything.
Yeah. And for me, yesterday's announcement was so deeply uninteresting to me.
Yeah?
Because I know exactly who Pete Rose is. And changing his designation on a piece of paper does nothing for me. Pete Rose is one of the great ball players of all time.
Maybe the greatest.
And no, he's not that.
But
and one of the great scumbags of all time. He's both
Seems
of those
like
things. He is a great player and an awful guy. And it's like that now that he's eligible to be inducted into a museum where he wasn't yesterday and is today, doesn't change a single thing that I think about Pete Rose.
That's why I think it's funny. They ran out the clock. He's dead, and now he goes in.
Radio's Clinton Yates in the house.
You stole my look today, dude. This is like what I normally dress like, and I walked in, and Travis is wearing like my getup.
Yes,
that should worry you deeply.
He looks like
deeply.
He looks like a different
watch
dude
on the
over there.
YouTube channel.
Yes, you need to be watching on the YouTube channel.
I was just bored by it. I'm just glad it's done.
That's what I said. It's very much an old man argument. Like I never saw Pete play. So for me, there's not the same injection of importance to this matter at all. Like, he was a manager, I remember, for the Reds later, but you're right, dude. Like, he's a bad guy. What
deeply.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And there's nothing really more to it to me than that.
And a great player.
Sure.
Super.
But
yes.
I also don't understand what Major League Baseball accomplishes with this.
Nothing.
That's mainly why it's weird to me. Like, who are you appeasing with this? Shoeless Joe? Are we serious?
Saw him on TV.
Like, what?
I just did.
Do you know when he died?
I mean, it had to be 80 years, more than 100, maybe 85 years
ago. Cornfield.
Had to be a long time ago.
He died in the 50s.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I thought it was earlier than that.
He died. He's been dead for nearly 100 years.
Like, I'm like, I don't understand what the purpose of this is. Like, is there a contingent of people that is so upset about this?
No.
And I've lived this my whole life. I mean, sure, people are mad, but like, the point of reinstating him is just weird to me.
it was logistical. It was administrative. It
cleared the books.
Nobody's opinion on Pete Rose is different today than it was yesterday. No. And
do they give him the full-on ceremony now?
Ceremony for what?
Well, first of all, he's got to get voted in.
Yeah, he's got to get voted in.
And there's no guarantee that he will.
So all they did was just clear him.
No, but he's no longer on the permanently banned list. So before,
now the
way that they split the baby for 40 years,
right,
was the writers did not have to say he is not coming in. He was never allowed to be considered.
Not even on the ballot.
He's not even on the ballot. Now he is eligible to be on the ballot, and now that will be determined.
So they can kill him twice by saying no.
Sure, and they might.
Yeah. They probably will, to be quite honest.
They might, because, look, Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, Alex Rodriguez, guys that are unequivocally great players, are looked at a certain way. Pete Rose will be looked at a certain way, and I don't know if he goes in. But I don't care.
A very cruel interpretation of the term lifetime ban.
Ooh, yeah, it is.
That's really all I came to say.
Flatline?
Yeah.
Okay, it's over.
Like lifetime. Is it? Oh, you're alive, you're banned. You're dead, you're back. Like, wow.
Yeah,
Crazy.
It doesn't. I mean, if he goes in, I don't care. If they keep him out, I don't really care.
I'm just glad we don't have to hear a speech of him.
Yeah.
Honestly. It's like that.
Oh, my God.
It's like that. Anyways, goodbye. I like your hood.
Oh, nice. All-time leader in hits, at-bats, plate appearances, and games.
Yeah.
It's Hall of Fame worthy.
Sure it is.
Yeah.
No. The argument has never been, did he do enough on the field to get in? He absolutely did.
Wow.
He was 4,200 hits or whatever.
I wonder if there's somebody playing right now that's on that same career path.
No, there isn't.
That's that good and that much of a jerk.
The guy that had not the jerk part, but the guy that had a chance to get the hits, but he got here just a hair too late, was Ichiro.
Oh, okay.
Ichiro had the skill and the longevity and the want to go get 4,300 hits.
When did you know? Yeah.
He played, I think it was like 7 or 8 or 9 years in Japan before he ever came to the U.S.
When did you know Pete was a scumbag?
Pretty early on. It was not a well-kept secret.
Because we did see Pete Rose play.
Sure.
72, 73, 74. We saw him play a lot.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact.
Pete Rose.
I didn't know Pete Rose was a scumbag until after he left.
Yeah. Pete Rose was, you either loved him or you did not. There was very few people that were indifferent towards Rose.
Yeah. I mean, he was just a
great
guy.
hitter.
Yeah, he was.
Great hitter for sure.
That's crazy.
Great pitcher joins us next. Our pal Oral Hersheiser coming up. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
The NFL schedule drops today at 5 p.m. and we'll be all over it on Sedano and Cap on 710 ESPN. As we find out how the Rams 2025 fall looks, we'll also be on top of the marquee matchups ahead of the NFL season.
Don't miss the NFL schedule release.
Today at 5 p.m. on 710 ESPN.
On the all-new ESPN LA app.
And on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/LA right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter.com/LA. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
All right, listen up. Whether you're out for a walk, hitting the gym, or just tackling your day, in this LA heat, chafing is no joke. Take my word for it. That's why you need Highlands Chafing Relief. This stuff is a game changer. Goes on like a cream, dries like a powder, and stays put even through sweat and water. No greasy mess, just all-day protection. If you've already got some chafing, Highlands soothes it fast with aloe, shea butter, and tea tree oil. Don't let chafing slow you down. Grab Highlands Chafing Relief at Walmart or Target right now.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
Always look forward to a conversation with our pal, Legends Addict.
Yes.
Rotolo Chevrolet. We're
Is he
talking
mad?
about none other than Oral Hersheiser. What's up, Oral? How you been?
The Bulldog.
The Bulldog.
I'm good. I'm having my third or fourth cup of coffee. I can't count them by now. So if I talk too fast, just tape this and slow it down.
We'll play it at half speed.
I see you. You'll fit in.
Did
great
you have a
around
late
here.
night or something? Why so
buddy?
much coffee?
Oh, man, I had a late night. I hadn't seen my wife for about a good week. She was in Vegas dealing with some stuff with our home there. And then we have bought a condo in California here in Pasadena.
Okay.
And so I've got to take care of this and the Dodger job and Legends Attic and the car dealerships and everything else. I'm not a. Is this a sports show or can we just do a business show?
Either one.
Whatever you want.
Whatever you want, dude. You're good.
Whatever you want.
It's all good.
What's
I
your
can
EBITDA
mingle
on
it,
this
but
condo?
DeMarco, I have missed you.
I missed
What's
you
that?
too, man. I didn't know you were. I thought maybe you might be mad at me because we had some heat when you had the hip thing. I was making fun of you a little bit, and you gave me a look.
No. I would never give you a look. I mean, if I did, it would be before we went out to dinner or hung out or something. I don't know.
My man.
How is the new wheel, by the way? How's it feeling?
It's feeling really good. I would hope the Dodger pitching staff would get as healthy as my leg. That would be a good thing. But second or third best team in baseball, and we still haven't hit our stride, and we still are not healthy. We're doing okay. It's gonna all work out. I looked at it today, and I did the calculation in my fingers, and I think we're supposed to win 104 games at this pace, and I think that's going to be the low end.
Yeah, I do too, and I agree with you. I think that what you said a second ago, that they haven't hit their stride, I think is the most important part because it's coming. It always does, and it's about this time in the calendar when, over the last few years, that they really start to kind of play at a super high level. But I will say, Oral, and this is where I guess I'll start with the Dodger portion of this. With Sasaki being placed on the IL yesterday, with Glasnow and Snell still down, obviously Clayton Kershaw is on his way back this Saturday, but you've got Gonsolin and May that are pitching, but both relatively fresh off injuries and stuff. That we are where we are in the middle of May. Is that alarming? I'm struggling to articulate this, but that you're this deep into your options this early is what?
Well, we're comparing ourselves to perfection.
Yeah.
So, and that's the bar that the Dodgers set, and that's the bar that they have to jump over. And as long as they jump over it in October, we feel pretty good about the team. But because we love the Dodgers, because we follow every single thing that happens, and we love the players, especially when they get hurt, when can they come back, it always feels like there's a little angst in what's going on. you don't want to hear about it, but we've heard about it probably for the last 10 or 11 years. One of the parts of our great budget is the fact that we have depth. Because when you go out and sign a free agent, or 2 or 3 or 4 like they do, and spend the money they do for these elite players, the minor league system gets backed up. Well, the minor league system gets backed up in a way that there's so much talent there that really there are multiple big leaguers playing in AAA and even in AA. And then when they have these injuries, someone comes up, has to kind of be introduced to the public and to the fan base. You don't know their name, but they do the job. And sometimes they don't, sometimes they do. There's a learning curve, but there's depth. It's amazing depth. Where other organizations are bringing those guys and they're making their first big league roster out of spring training, they are the guy they're hoping for. And if those organizations end up getting hurt, they don't have a big leaguer in the background. They don't have a super prospect in the background. So that's a luxury of the Dodgers. But still, because of the equation, because of you don't know the guy's name, because he really hasn't gotten much PR because it went to Ohtani and Betts and Freeman and you know, everybody else, Glasnow and Sasaki and Yamamoto and all of them, it feels different, but it's not. It's a positive, not a negative.
Well, speaking of guys that I don't know, or speaking of guys that I do know, where do you factor Clayton Kershaw into where you are now, the Dodgers pitching staff?
So you know him, right, DeMarco? You know him.
Everyone knows Clayton Kershaw. I'm just
of course.
When you're having injuries and you're pulling guys up, and he's there, and it looks like he's getting ready to come back. Like, how do you see him factoring in?
I think Clayton's hopefully going to eat innings. I don't think they're going to have like a pitch count on him. It's going to be totally about ability. Clayton is, competitive off the charts. And, if he gives us 5 or 6 good innings, he looks like he's throwing the ball free and easy in the minor leagues, what we've seen on video. I haven't seen him in person yet. But what I see in video looks like Clayton Kershaw of before he got hurt. The fastball is not going to be electric, but the slider is going to be a pitch that big leaguers struggle with. And if he executes, we're going to see a very, very good Clayton Kershaw.
Oral, you pitched 18 years in the major leagues. When Clayton Kershaw takes the mound on Saturday, it will be his 18th season in the major leagues. Take me through what you know at that point in your career versus what you knew when you were coming in, or not even just getting started, but maybe you were a 5-6 year veteran. Just the amount of expertise that you would take out to the mound that you had at that point in your career, and what Kershaw will have on Saturday.
Yeah, as you get older, you move from the unconscious to the conscious. You have to start thinking about things that you never thought of until back when you were in the minors trying to learn a pitch or learn what a big leaguer hits or learn a sequencing. Because you're now applying a different talent to an equation that you've watched and been a part of, but you're different. And the whole key is not to try and put a square peg in a round hole, because you are just a different peg now. And so you have to take all that wisdom and all that watching and learning of what baseball is all about, and you have to apply your current self into the equation. And that's the key. So I know that's what happened to me. And then the conscious part is, I knew how to lift my leg for 15 years, but now I'm lifting it slightly different. I knew my shoulders needed to close this much, and my sight line was over the seam of my jersey, but I have to do this now. And so there are new things that you have to remember on each pitch, each inning, in between innings. It's a different thing. Standing up and walking around the dugout, we've seen Clayton do that back when, if his back was bothering him or he's just trying to stay loose. There's just new challenges that take you into your conscious mind that when you're younger and in your prime, it just happens, and you're just resting between innings, or you're just catching the ball back from the catcher and getting on the rubber, breathing a little bit, visualizing and throwing the pitch. And now you're back into a conscious mindset of where you were as a minor leaguer, where you were as a young big leaguer, of learning the game and learning yourself and applying it.
So when those two things kind of line up, that you are in your physical prime and your body's able to respond in exactly the way that you want it to, but you have some seasoning, some experience. Is that what happens in 1988? Is that what happens when all of these things come together at the right time?
Yeah, I mean, Clayton, his X factor of ability and experience was a very thick paintbrush, and mine was a very thin paintbrush. So when you get to the middle of the X factor of those two things crossing, I mean, he painted for a long time with a thick paintbrush that had a big, huge X in the middle where it crossed over. Mine crossed over probably for 3-4 years. You know, there were other parts where it was together, but it was inconsistent. For Clayton, you know, it's a good 10-12 years where he painted with a very thick brush as far as the X factor of ability and, you know, expertise coming together.
Hey, I have one question. Okay, so when I talk to current guys like AD or guys that are still playing football, the game has evolved some, but the moves are kind of the same, and I kind of understand what the game looks like from my position now. From a pitcher's perspective, is it that hard to keep guys healthy now? It seems like you're just penciling in injuries every single year.
Yeah, no matter what generation, you're scheduled for some kind of surgery or injury if you're a pitcher. But it seems like in this generation, it's rampant. And I kind of agree with you. I think it is something that baseball is continuing to look at and try and address. It's going to be very hard to bring more health because every single pitch seems to be being thrown at the highest level of effort, at the highest level of strength, from the training, at the highest level of adjustment in spin or depth of the pitch. And a lot of those factors, when you go to the highest level of all the different factors that they are addressing to be the best of the best, those all bring more risk. And we're seeing that risk turns into injury. With the Dodgers, I think we are way more conservative with putting someone on the IL when they have an acre of pain because we have so much depth.
Okay, so err on the side of caution because you have so many people.
Yeah,
okay.
I think in other organizations there are guys pitching in more pain and with less ability because they don't have anybody to replace them. So they are really encouraging the players and the pitchers to stay in there, and it'll be okay, and let us treat you again today.
Makes sense.
And so for our guys, you know, if we have an acre of pain or the workout's just not at the right level,
you're out.
It's like, you know what, you need to be on the IL. We're going to rest this because we need you for August, September, and October.
So the question I
think we're a little more conservative there.
So the question I have, is it humanly possible to pitch the way they're asking you to pitch?
And stay healthy.
That's what I'm kind of asking.
I don't think so. I think the equation is a tough equation as far as the probability of you staying healthy through a year, through a whole career. I think that probability has gone down, but I think that when we start to learn how to pitch at maybe 85% of our ability, and when we learn more about how to get a hitter out with that amount of ability, and don't make adjustments all the time to a grip or experimenting with a new pitch, because every time you do something athletically and you change your body mechanics or you change your mind, you are now putting a new stress on a new part of the body, and that part of the body might not be ready. And if you have success with that change, you're going to continue to use it, and now you're going to overuse that new part. So we have to watch. We have to watch how we develop a career and have a career and continue a career by how quickly we make adjustments and how quickly we add that workload to the new stress on the body. I feel like I'm teaching a class right now.
You are.
No, it's a good class. It's a class. By the way, it's a class that all the general managers
I would not
should
skip
take.
this class.
Yeah, and all the pitching coaches and everything else.
I watched the San Francisco Giants have great success with a split finger fastball taught by Roger Craig. And I watched their whole staff just kind of get turned around. So I said, you know what? I'm going to start throwing that. So I played catch with it, and my people couldn't even catch it barely. So I'm like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. This is better than my sinker. This is the first changeup grip I've ever kind of had that actually can work, and I feel like I can repeat. So I went out and I brought it into a game. I threw it to Mike Scioscia in warm-ups, and I said, Mike, this is my changeup. I just want you to be able to see it. Threw it to him. He goes, oh, that's really good. I go, oh, great. So we struck out 7 in like 5 innings with it, and my elbow started to bark.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Mike, I can't throw it anymore. He goes, man, it's really good. I go, my elbow is starting, my forearm's starting to cramp. So what I should have done, probably now that I look back, is I should have said, I'm only going to throw 5 in this game, and then the next game in the side work, I'm going to throw 10. And I should have built it up because I could just tell, like, this grip is starting to rip my elbow. What I decided was, you can't do it, and it's not a foundational piece for me, and so I left it alone. It was done. I probably could have done some other things with to bring it along, but I didn't. I just bagged it and said, no, can't do it.
All right, Oral. So coming up on May 30th, DeMarco and I are going to be back at Legends Attic. It is the 1-year anniversary of Legends Attic. Eddie sent me a list of people that are coming, which include, among many, many others, Joe Davis, who I'm excited to meet, your broadcast partner, and all of the luminaries that we've talked to at the past. I look forward to it. But here's my concern. That if
you have a concern.
Yeah, I do. And it's what you sent me last night. I'm afraid you're going to take my truck back if I show up.
Oh.
Well, you know what? There's a lot of you carry the show on some days, and DeMarco carries the show on some days, and it's like the truck seems to be like going back and forth. But it's I think what will put you over the top to keep the truck for a long time.
Okay.
And is it from Capozio Buick GMC or is it from Rotolo? I can't remember which dealership you get it from. You get it from Rotolo. Oh, okay.
Yes.
I want to hear you interview the Freddie Freeman Grand Slam ball.
Excellent.
That'll be there on May 30th. If you do that interview well, you can keep the truck for a long time.
All right. I'm going to
interview the ball.
Yeah, done.
The ball.
I interviewed the Burger King one time, and he doesn't talk.
Okay.
So I'm
interview
good.
The ball, and you be the voice of the ball. That would be entertaining.
I'm the ball.
Interviews the ball, and you're the voice of the ball.
Call the cops. He hit me with a bat.
On the 30th, he's gonna...
The Freddie Freeman home run ball is going to be there on May 30th as well.
Oh, wow.
The actual ball
That's
that was
awesome.
put into the right field seats, the most iconic home run that we've seen in God knows how long. The ball itself and the man who was on the call, Joe Davis, will be there as well. I cannot wait to do that.
Joe Davis is going to be there. Dave Holbrook's going to be there. Rick Monday's going to be there. Steve Sachs is going to be there. Peter O'Malley's going to be there. I'm going to be there. Jaime Herrera's going to be there. The draft pick, Kyle Kennard, is going to be there from the Chargers. Talk Dodgers to me. The young ladies are going to be there. It's Dodger Nation's going to be. It's going to be unbelievable anniversary. It's going to be crazy, and you guys are going to have to take shorter breaks. I know you should get paid more for the commercials and take shorter breaks because you're going to have so many great people to interview and so entertaining that. We should do it. It should almost be commercial free.
Look, you took the words out of my mouth. I'm willing to go commercial free as long as I drive home in my Rotolo Chevrolet Silverado.
I don't know. I got to talk to DeMarco. DeMarco will have a little private meeting.
My man, yes, sir.
You got it. Okay, one more quick one. You follow baseball obviously very closely in the entire league, not just the Dodgers. What do you make of what the heck's going on in Colorado with the Rockies? They're going to lose 135 games, Oral.
Yeah, They let our really good friend and classiest guy in the world and great baseball guy, Bud Black, go.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if Bud went in and goes, I can't take this anymore, guys. Please fire me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. And that way he still gets paid and they honor him for everything that he's done for Colorado. It's I don't know what's going on there other than I hope they have a decent rebuild. It's embarrassing, I think, and not good for baseball for somebody to be that bad. You're supposed to win and lose 60 games, and it's what you do with the others that turn out to be in first place or last place. But this is really embarrassing. I think there might be some AAA teams that can beat them.
Oof.
I mean, seriously.
Yeah. I mean, you said, there's bad teams every year, but. Like the White Sox set the record last year at 121. They're going to beat it by 15 games.
I know, and it's ugly and it doesn't feel good. And the people of Colorado have supported that organization for years. I mean, They are up there in attendance all the time. That is a community that loves to be outdoors, that loves to go to games, loves sports, loves hiking, loves skiing, loves everything. And that's really embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
It is a tough situation for sure. We're going to be back at Legends Attic on the 30th. Oral and all of the great folks that he mentioned are going to be there as well. Always great to talk with you, Oral. Thanks
Thank
a bunch.
you, sir.
You guys are the best. See ya.
See you
Talk
soon.
to you soon.
All right. Yeah. If I bring a tennis ball and a bat, do you think I can get him to pitch to me? That would be a dream come true.
I bet he might.
You think he might?
You should have asked him.
I just want to spring it on him.
Yeah, okay.
But if I rip one off him, what happens?
I don't think you will.
Don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, I don't think that's really a part of the equation that I need to worry about.
I might get lucky. Come on.
Yeah, unless he tries to throw you the split finger that ruined his elbow.
Right.
I think you're
okay.
I think you're going to be all right. Yeah. I mean, I
tennis
like
ball. Yeah,
I like Oral's chances.
We'll see. We'll see. That's our guy. Good guy.
You should see if you should have a tennis racket. You'd have a better chance.
Maybe. I was thinking that, but that might be waving the white flag. So
yes. By the way, my money's still on 55.
Even with a tennis racket, come on.
You know, he made a living doing that.
I know,
right?
but come on, I can get a hold of one.
Let me ask you this: do you think he could keep you from getting to the quarterback?
Not even close.
That's
Not
the
even
same
close.
thing, my friend. It's the same thing. Hot and Cold's coming up next. It's Trav and DeMarco, 710 ESPN. Tell you about my friends at NextGen, right? The official air conditioning, heating, plumbing, and electrical team of SoCal sports fans. In summer, but last weekend, it was the summer all over again. So you know that you're ready to beat the heat. So don't let your system throw you a curveball. The industry is experiencing equipment shortages, rising prices, which means now's the best time to replace. So don't get stuck by the time we get into July, August, September, and it's 1,000,000 degrees outside. Because right now, NextGen's offering ESPN LA listeners a free whole home air cleaner with any new AC install. You get to enjoy cleaner air and total home comfort all summer long, and you get the peace of mind with NextGen's lifetime warranty on selected units. You remove dust, allergens, pollutants, and you'll lock in the best pricing on your new AC install. They got you covered. No matter what you need, they got you. They're open 7 days a week. They've got lifetime warranty options available, financing options available. All of it waiting for you at NextGen right now. So don't wait. Give them a call. 833-3-NEXTGEN. That's 833-3-NEXGEN to beat the heat today.
The Who is coming to the Hollywood Bowl on September 17th for The Song Is Over, their North American farewell tour. And ESPN LA wants to send you to one of their final shows in Los Angeles. Listen for Ticket Thursday this Thursday as we give away pairs of tickets
to see these rock legends live on stage for what promises to be a historic night.
Listen all day Thursday for your cue to call and win. The Who, The Song Is Over Tour. September 17th at the Hollywood Bowl. Presented by Live Nation.
Cap here. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt. With years of experience and a passion for helping people, if you've got water damage at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. That's 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt. Your claim, our game.
What's going on is Bethel Duran, and if your car is damaged in an accident, or if you just want to get it repaired, or if you just want a paint job, Leo and the crew at Active Collision are there for you. Let them know that 710 sent you, and you get 50% discount on your insurance deductible. Call them at 626-330-0100. That's 626-330-0100. Or check them out on Instagram at active.collision. Leo and the crew will walk you through every single detail. Call Leo anytime. They got the tow truck ready for you. Leo is family, and he'll take care of you.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED, because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs, with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
As you know, we've welcomed a new partner here at 710 ESPN, NextGen. NextGen, the official AC, heat, and plumbing company of SoCal sports fans.
You're as cold as ice.
Call 833-3-NEXTGEN, NEXGEN, or visit nextgenairandplumbing.com. Time for our feature we do 3 days a week. Who's hot? Who's cold? Thanks to NextGen. Boy, time for Who's Hot? Who's Cold? Take it away, Producer M.
Buenos dias.
Burn it down.
I never know when you guys are going to do it.
I just wait for you to start talking.
Oh, great. Before we get into hot and cold, it's the offseason for the Lakers, but there's plenty of basketball. We got NBA playoffs. We got the draft coming up. We have free agency in the offseason. Every moment of what purple and gold on the biggest offseason in history. Lots of things that they can do to improve the team. We have your dose of what's next for the Lakers, thanks to Pro Baller, the official energy drink of the Los Angeles Lakers. And maybe the Lakers will enjoy this, maybe not Luka, but the 3rd Street Promenade is what is hot. Okay, that it has been passed that the Santa Monica Council has unanimously approved an ordinance allowing open container alcoholic beverages along the 3rd Street Promenade. Bring people back there, enjoy the nightlife there. It's always it's a very active place in town still.
Okay.
And so the way that it's going to work is that they're going to block off the street. They already kind of did.
It kind of was, yeah.
And so you're block off the street, and then in order to be able to carry drinks in between bars, you have to have a wristband that's given by the city to just prove that you're over 21. And I think it's a good idea. I think it's going to allow people to have. I think it's going to bring more people to that area.
So that's my question. When was the last time you were at 3rd Street Promenade?
Not too long ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, still like to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Susan and I used to live on that side of town. When we first got married, we first started living together, we lived over there.
Mm-hmm.
And we used to go there a lot. Like, at least 2 or 3 times a month, if not more than that.
It's fun.
Where we'd go to dinner. It's where we'd go to watch movies. It's where you'd go just to kind of go for a stroll on a Friday or Saturday night. Then we stopped going for a while. And I haven't been, now I don't live anywhere around there anymore, but my grandmother lived over there for her entire life until she passed a few years ago. And it just seemed to me like it kind of faded away. But you're saying it was always been kind of popular?
It's not as popular as it once was, but I think this could bring it back if you're able to.
Is that an incentive for you guys to be able to take your drink and walk from A to B? Is that a big deal?
I like drinking outside.
Not a deal breaker for me, but I kind of like the vibe of it.
Yeah,
as long as it's handled well.
Yeah,
and not given over to stupid drunkenness.
Well, we all know that when alcohol is involved, nothing but good decisions.
This is true, yeah, but I do like the vibe though. Yeah,
I get it. Add to this idea of you're gonna make it sort of a festival area where maybe you can have live performers there. You can walk in between. You can have this kind of outdoor communal experience, which I think is one of the great things about Los Angeles. Yeah. There's so much outdoor time that can be had.
It had that.
Yeah.
We used to go to there. I think it was a Barnes & Noble. It might still be there. I don't know. But it was an enormous bookstore. And go hang out. Then you'd walk. You'd see the guy in silver paint going, that guy. He was out there every night. Yeah, it was. I just haven't been there in years.
Little dance show. I saw a guy cutting it up on a guitar.
Yeah.
A little axe. I love
the guy
that stuff.
that's painted like bronze statue and all of a sudden he lunges at somebody.
I think with general idea of malls dying, I think this could make it into it's not a mall anymore. It's an experience.
But you want to save something, add alcohol.
I guess. But just, although I do like strolling in Vegas with a drink.
Yeah.
It's cool. New Orleans.
I don't think this is going to turn into Bourbon Street, but it could be a place of young revival.
Yeah, you don't want
times
Bourbon
of
Street.
Bourbon Street in certain areas of Bourbon Street where it's safe.
Vegas Bourbon Street is 1% too much.
It's kind of like our trails. Stay on the trail.
Yeah.
Stay on this street. Yeah.
I was for the first time on my walk in a long time. I was looking for snakes yesterday.
Yeah,
because I was doing Flat Stanley for Jorge.
Oh yeah,
and
thank you.
No animals. I was looking for not a single animal yesterday. I was so bummed out.
What's cold is USC, and they're a
Fight
great
on.
partner of ours, and it's not because of that, but they were a little cold to Bijan Robinson. So Bijan Robinson is an incredible running back.
Oh, yeah.
He was thinking about coming to USC, and when he was coming to USC, he wanted to wear the number 5, which was worn by Reggie Bush, and it was his favorite player, and he wanted to wear it because of Reggie, in honor of Reggie. And in honor of himself, that he thinks he could be on the same level as Reggie Bush. And so USC turned him down in that aspect and said that he could not wear because it was retired or blocked off. But the USC has allowed people to wear number 3 for Carson Palmer. Jordan Addison wore number 3. So they had made exceptions in the past.
First
Do you think
of all,
this is cold?
number 3 was worn by Keyshawn Johnson. I feel like as a friend of Keyshawn's,
lowercase or uppercase K?
Uppercase K.
Yeah.
Capital
Not
K.
a key party.
Capital K.
Yeah,
Keyshawn was
got it.
also number 3. What do you make of that? Because
you're not getting 5 at SC. You're not.
And you're okay with that?
Yes.
You'd be willing to lose a recruit over
There
it.
was nothing like Reggie Bush at SC. Number 5 is iconic. You don't
What
get
is
it.
the most iconic number at UW?
I don't think we have. Maybe 90, Steve Ettman.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's say the next
You're not-
NFL All-Pro
You're not
wants
getting
90.
it.
You're not getting
You're
it.
not
And you'd
getting
be
it.
okay with that kid walking
Yeah.
across the street to go to Texas.
I mean, you shouldn't even ask for
Okay,
it.
but
if you know the history of the school, you shouldn't even ask for it.
I understand.
Yeah.
I'm asking for it. I'm going to go to Texas if I don't get it, and I'm going to be a great player.
I'm going to offer you 91.
Okay, so I can't have it.
I'm going to offer you 92.
And you're okay with me leaving?
Yeah, no.
But see, that's
I'm
what
gonna
I'm
try
saying.
to make this right. Like anything, the guy that's in New York right now, he asked for Taylor's number.
Yeah.
Taylor said no.
Yeah.
And then he asked for Phil Sims' number. He said no.
I understand.
It's not a deal breaker, but but damn,
for
bro.
Bijan Robinson, it was.
Man,
And he left. Like,
I
this
think
is my
that's-
point.
Yeah.
I would try to talk him into something else. I would try to talk to Reggie and see if Reggie were okay with it. Like
Yeah.
all of these things, but I don't know if I'm letting a recruit walk out the door because
If it
of
came down to it, I'd rather make Reggie mad and give it to the kid. But come on, dude, really?
I'm
you want
with you.
5 here? You better be great.
Yeah, okay.
You better be absolutely freaking special.
Yeah, I want it.
Okay, then I'm taking it back. If it's anything less than 2,000 yards, you're getting number 6.
That's interesting.
Yeah, there you go.
That's
yeah.
5.4.
Matter of fact,
Yeah.
I'm giving you 34.
Yeah. It's a really interesting one because I love history. I love the fact that those numbers at the peristyle end of the Coliseum are up there, and you go, oh, that's Reggie Bush, that's Matt Leinart, that's Carson Palmer, that's Charles White, like just right down the line, right?
Yeah.
But I want good players. And if a kid gets hung up on something like that, and I'm literally going to lose him, he's going to.
Then I would ask Reggie. Reggie,
yeah.
If I gave it to this kid, would you be okay? Yeah. Sure, give it to him.
That's what happened with Jordan Addison is that he asked Carson Palmer for permission.
Oh, yeah.
I'd give it to
there
him.
you go. Yeah.
I'd give it to him.
The 55 was big. What was the kid?
55 is big at SC, too.
Kenny Young. Kenny Young was the last player ever in the history of UCLA. There will never be another 42.
42 because of Jackie?
Jackie Robb. He was the last guy ever,
Yeah.
and that was a big deal for him.
Okay, I don't know the answer to this. I know Jackie played football at UCLA.
Yeah.
Was he number 42?
He was 42.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I knew he was 42 on the Dodgers.
There's no 42 in basketball, baseball, anywhere. It's been
he was
retired.
42 in all this.
He was the last
I get
ever. Yeah.
42 on the baseball team.
Yeah.
But if he were number 35, let's say on football, then retire 35.
It's his number.
I know. That's funny.
5
that
is Reggie's number.
With
And just one piece of Dodger news that the Dodgers are calling up prized catching prospect Dalton Rushing. Sources tell The Athletic.
We were just talking about him. Okay.
Interesting.
Is he going to play every day, or is he going to play
he's not
every
gonna play
third
every
day?
Well, he's not going to catch every day. We
Yeah.
know that because Will Smith's having a great year. Will
Right.
Smith's a great player, so he's
why-
not going to catch every day.
bring him up?
He can't DH. There's this Ohtani fella that takes the DH at bats.
So what are you going to do with him?
He's not going to play first base. You got an MVP right there.
So he's coming up to sit.
I don't know.
Okay.
They tried him in the outfield for a while. Maybe you try him at third base, give Muncy a chance to get squared
now
away.
you're talking.
I don't know.
Yeah.
He's not going to catch every day, and there are no at-bats at DH. That's what I know.
So you're looking for weak points. Him. Yeah.
Can you take Austin Barnes starts?
Yeah. But, okay, you're going to carry Austin Barnes to do nothing? You're going to cut him? You're going to put him on the IL? I don't know. And Austin Barnes catches on days that Clayton Kershaw pitches. Clayton Kershaw's coming back.
Like Kim, usually when you bring them up to play.
Yep, and
Yeah.
you're not carrying three catchers.
Right.
So he either needs to do something other than catch, or somebody's going to get a weird phone call.
It might be your Muncy deal. Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
Could be.
Is that where catchers usually go?
Oh, no. First base is usually where they go, DH. They tried him in the outfield for a while, so maybe Conforto got 3 hits last night, DeMarco. I was waiting for you to bring it up.
Mike Conforto, come on, guy.
He's back. Who's hot, who's cold? It's brought to you by NextGen, the official AC heat and plumbing company of SoCal sports fans. Call 833-3-NEXTGen. That's 833-3-NEXGEN, or visit nextgenairandplumbing.com. The Dump is coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason and Ireland, tomorrow at noon after Travis and DeMarco.
Shohei had his baby, so if I was UCLA, I'm dead serious about this.
Right.
I would offer Shohei's baby a full athletic scholarship right now.
Just for the PR?
You don't even know he's going to be good at because his wife is a basketball
Right.
player. So
And
it doesn't matter
we
just
won't
here.
even specify the sport.
Right.
Here's a full ride.
Yeah.
It's yours if you want it.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio. That's Mason and Ireland.
On 710 ESPN.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Winning matters, especially after an accident. At calljacob.com, we're here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB.
Hey, it's Mace, and there's no better place to watch sports than Cosm. The Cosm Dome has got massive high-resolution display. It creates the ultimate immersive experience with a massive wraparound screen that throws you in the middle of the action. The Cosm Hall features wall-to-wall exciting games. Catch all the heart-pounding excitement of both the NBA and NHL playoffs. Secure your tickets now at Cosm. That's COSM.com and experience the game like never before. Cosm.com.
Ready for a delicious escape? The New Islands Restaurant's $10 protein bowls are your ticket. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients. They're only here for a limited time, so enjoy one today. Visit islandsrestaurants.com.
Get a taste of that winning feeling before the buzzer even sounds with ESPN Bet's Early Victory promo. Simply place a pregame moneyline bet on any NBA playoff game, and if the team you back goes up by 20 or more points at any point in the game, you get paid out early. Available throughout the NBA playoffs at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Download the app today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem. Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Every great team has its core players, but when the season gets tough, adding the right free agent can make all the difference. The same goes for business. At Robert Half, we found that 67% of companies surveyed plan to increase their use of contract talent to handle workload peaks and backlogged projects. With Robert Half's specialized recruiters' experience, combined with our award-winning AI, you can quickly find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
It's time for everything we haven't gotten to today. Yes, it's time for the dump.
Well, this is not surprising, but here it is anyway. The NBA has fined Golden State's Draymond Green $50,000.
For what?
Glad you asked. Questioning the integrity of game officials, referring to the 5.5 spread.
Really?
5.5 point spread.
He's such a great guy. I never saw this coming. Really?
I'm
Come
gonna
on.
look something up real
Prior
quick.
boy.
But I'm really curious as to how much money, and I know it's a great deal.
How much he's been fined?
No, how much he's made.
Oh.
Let's see. Draymond Green, American basketball
Hundreds
power forward.
of millions.
Right.
Yeah.
So 50,000 would be the equivalent of what, you and I getting fined $25?
I guess. Yeah.
Let's see.
That's
Draymond
a few
Green.
Coca-Colas.
You want to take a guess before I pull it up here officially?
150.
Where is
I'm assuming
Draymond's?
Three-time champ?
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
You're really close.
How much?
You're really close. He has made $179 million.
Okay. Champion. He's got the endorsement, the car endorsement.
Well, this is just salary. This is
just salary?
So it's probably, let's call it 200.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. That makes sense. I mean,
50,000 going to turn his head at all?
No.
Yeah.
Not at all. It's not going to stop him from being Draymond.
Isn't that the point of the fine? To get somebody to change the behavior?
Or to make it seem like you're trying to do something.
Okay.
Yeah.
If it's cosmetic, then fine.
That's
fine,
what it seems
fine
like.
whatever you want. But if it's to actually get Draymond to zip it, that ain't going to do it.
The only way to do that is you have to remove him from the game. For an extent, you have to suspend him to get his attention. That's probably not going to.
No.
Yeah.
No. A couple of birthdays right here. Gronk turns 36 today.
I didn't think he'd make it. I kid, of course. But Gronk, He can make a case to be the greatest tight end that ever lived.
You took the words out of my mouth. He is a personality. He is a character. He was a very good player, but how good of a player? You're that good of a player?
Outside of him, how many marquee tight ends can you remember?
Tony Gonzalez.
Did he have a personality, or was he quiet?
Tony Gonzalez had
presence.
Yeah, presence is a better word.
Yeah.
I know Kelsey.
Now.
Yeah.
Maybe Winslow.
Yeah.
Maybe Kellen Winslow.
Todd Christensen.
Todd Christensen's another guy with the stash.
And
Tom Selleck.
The perm.
And the perm,
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
But as far as marquee value, A-list, and being good on the field, it might be Gronk. And the only reason you'd knock him is because he's a bro.
Yeah.
He's a frat bro. He's nuts.
Player,
yeah,
though.
he's very good.
Answer to our question has come in while they're pulling up the Dalton Rushing from the minor leagues, the Dodgers. From Fabian Ardaya of The Athletic, the Dodgers will designate Austin Barnes for assignment. League sources said he was the Dodgers' longest tenured position player. And not just he is that and been around forever and ever and ever. He's Kershaw's guy. And that they're sending him out right before Kershaw starts on Saturday?
What does that mean?
I don't know.
I mean, you can pitch to anyone, right? That's just your personal guy.
You can, but usually guys like Clayton Kershaw, Greg Maddux is a perfect example of this.
Has his own guy.
He had Eddie Perez for forever and ever and ever.
This is what we do.
Eddie catches on days that Greg pitches. And guys like Kershaw and Maddux and those guys can keep guys in the league a little longer than usual. I think it was A.J. Ellis that they got rid of at one point on the Dodgers, who used to be Austin Barnes before Austin Barnes. Was displeased with that decision.
Okay, so he's going to pitch to Will Smith. He's going to pitch to
I can't imagine they'd give the rookie to Clayton Kershaw, but yeah, it'll be Will Smith.
I never factored that in, but he's going to play every third game?
No, less than that.
Less than that?
1.5 times a week.
That's weird.
Yeah,
that's weird. Odd, interesting.
Their bench is a potential weak spot for this team. That they don't have a lot of dangerous bats off the bench. That when you look at the bench right now, and you have choices of Chris Taylor, Austin Barnes, Miguel Rojas.
Is he swinging a hot bat now?
Not really.
Oh,
okay. you don't have a lot of guys that you could say, okay, we need a big hit here. If Rushing comes up and hits like he's hitting the minor leagues,
is he swinging a hot bat right now?
I don't know how he's doing it. I know that he is a big time prospect and that he is a hitter.
Okay.
And he is a good hitter. So we'll see what it is, but it's him
but he's
running
not
into
coming
a big
to
hit.
Start. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
He's coming in to get some seasoning and see what happens after.
Okay.
They just paid Will Smith a ton of money to stay for a long time
Weird.
too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or maybe position switch. Who knows?
You know what else this does?
Yeah.
And again, this feels weird to say because they have, if not the most wins, the second most wins. I don't know who won and lost last night. There's a little bit of like they got Austin's designated for. Oh wow. Okay. Well, tighten up, fellas. And it could happen to anybody.
Okay.
And I get that he's not Mookie Betts, but he's been around a long time.
Shake some things up.
He was tight with the godfather of the team, Clayton Kershaw. He's gone? Okay. That means not everybody, but if you're not named Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, Shohei Ohtani, Yamamoto.
You may want to make it to the meeting on time.
If you didn't just sign a deal, I would say. If you didn't just sign a deal, you're probably up.
Yeah. That not surprises me, but surprises me.
That's a big deal. Inside the clubhouse, that would be a big deal.
I think it's
your most veteran guy,
and the guy that Clayton Kershaw loves. That's not nothing.
So why a guy like Barnes and not Muncy?
Because Muncy can still hit. He's not hitting right now, but Muncy is a 35 home run bat. He's hit 35 home runs, I think, 4 times. Austin Barnes is a backup catcher.
And you can use Dalton Rushing as a catcher, which is who he is, as opposed to as a third baseman.
If you put Austin Barnes out, he just doesn't hit. He never really has. He's not a power threat at all. He is a backup catcher. This guy could be a backup catcher, and he hits.
Hey, Max, dust off that torpedo bat. Let's get to work.
George Lucas, 81 years old today.
No way.
Yeah.
Way to go. The godfather of the force. Yes.
Yes.
Unreal.
Best hair in the game.
I cannot believe.
Is that his hair?
I will not.
Why wouldn't it be?
I don't know if he was born with what he has, or if it has been artificially enhanced. But it looks great. It looks
like
natural.
It's aged with his face.
It does.
Yeah,
which means it might be
hair
just
and
fantastic.
face look 81.
That's a lot of hair for an 81-year-old.
That is
lot.
That might be the longest running story of all time.
Yeah.
Think of one idea.
It
has spawned decades. Yeah.
There you go. It is the idea that has created more off-roads shoots than
and
just about anything else.
Started as a movie and ended where we are now, still going. Like comic books is one thing that turns into
TV
movies,
series, video games,
right?
More movies.
What an idea!
Books.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I would say like maybe that like the Marvel like comic book universe, just like what Stan Lee created back in the day.
But that's what I mean. It started with comic books. This was a movie.
Yeah.
And just kept going, and it's still around. And the next time you make another one, we're going to be there again.
And again, the part of it isn't just straight nostalgia because it came out when we were 8 years old or whatever we were. It still really holds up. Like when you watch that movie, it's a good movie.
Yeah,
like
this
you're
right here.
you're engaged the entire time it's on.
And let's not forget, it's not just Star Wars; it's also Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And like Lucasfilm as a whole.
Supposed to be Tom Selleck.
Who?
Indiana Jones was supposed to be Tom Selleck, and he couldn't get out of Magnum PI.
Okay.
Yeah.
Probably would have been a pretty good movie. Way better with Harrison Ford.
100%.
Yeah.
And then he came back around and did a movie called Quickly Down Under.
I remember Quickly Down Under.
That was his, like, this is my Indiana Jones.
Look, let's put Steven Spielberg and George Lucas on it, and we got a pretty good
I
chance.
can't wait for Harrison Ford to be in the Fast and the Furious series because he's just in now.
Is he going to be in it?
I'm just saying he's in every franchise that's ever, because he just was in Marvel and whatever, the Captain America Brave New World or whatever, and he's been Indiana Jones and Star Wars.
One of the most disappointing television finales took place today, 1998. Seinfeld's final two-part episode, the finale, aired on NBC. 76.5 million people watched it. That's Super Bowl level numbers. Commercials were $2 million a piece per 30 seconds, and that was back in 1998.
Unbelievable.
And it was a garbage finale.
I got into it.
You hated
right
the
around
finale?
then.
It wasn't funny.
I got into it then, and I watched them like, this is the show?
Yeah.
This is it?
It was just them saying, oh, remember this guy? Remember this guy? Remember this guy?
Highlight reel.
Yeah, it wasn't funny.
Well, you know what's weird is then Curb Your Enthusiasm did basically the same finale, doubling down on what was the concept from the Seinfeld
it means
finale.
nothing.
Did the same thing.
It was much funnier.
It was much funnier.
Yeah.
Much funnier.
They forgot to make it funny.
Yeah. I saw the finale for Righteous Gemstones is unbelievably funny.
Did you watch it or you heard?
Watched it.
Oh, yeah?
It's great. It's
okay.
great.
You
don't watch that show, or do you
No,
watch
I do.
it? Yeah,
I have not watched the final season,
Yeah,
but I
it's
am
so
up to
wildly
speed on that.
inappropriate that it's one of my favorite shows.
It's
You do have Lucas hair. Jorge says you have
Yeah,
George
George
Lucas
Lucas
hair.
hair.
You do have Lucas
What
hair.
is Lucas hair?
George
George
Lucas is
Lucas's hair.
81 years old today.
Is he really?
Your
Yeah.
hair and your face are the same age.
What does that mean?
Your hair and your face are the same age.
Are they? My hair seems older than my face.
It's
doesn't it?
I mean, but it fits
Does my
your face.
face match
Yes.
my hair? Is my face as old as my hair?
It is. Has to be.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
know what? But no, here's
That's a weird question.
no, here's what it is. You have your hair.
Yes.
True.
That's the
So
point.
it's gray, but you have it.
You've seen some
So I'd
7-year-olds
rather-
with 25-year-old hair.
You see balding 25-year-olds, they look 50.
That too.
My
Yes.
George Lucas experience was this. I went to see some Broadway show, and George Lucas was there with a little kid. I assume it was his kid. And the kid, they're sitting in front of us, and the kid keeps asking for candy. Like, can I have, I don't know,
Asking George Lucas
raisinets
for
or something?
candy.
Can I have some raisinets? Can I get some raisinets? Can I get some? And finally, I was like, just give the kid some raisinets and shut him up, George. Just give the kid
Amen.
raisinets.
Yes, I'll buy them.
Raisinets are good.
Give your kid a
Nonpareil is
cookie.
excellent, too. Do you ever have a nonpareil?
No, what's that?
Nonpareil is
It's a
that
candy bar.
little chocolate circle with little dots. You don't know a nonpareil?
I'm gonna
They
look
used
it
to be
up right
big
now.
at movie
I
theaters.
know what you're talking
It's kind of
about.
crunchy. And it's got
Yeah.
the little sort of dots all over the top of it.
I think we
little-
might have skipped it, Travis.
Did
I
you
know what he's
skip the
talking about.
nonpareil?
Oh no, I didn't
You
know
had
that's
them?
what they're
Okay.
called. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've had that.
nonpareils.
Yeah, those are good.
Yeah, those are excellent.
Yeah,
Those
those
are-
are little, like almost like
They've disappeared.
rocks
I
on
think
them.
they banned them from movie theaters. I cannot find a nonpareil. There are no
Where are you
more
on Goobers,
nonpareils.
Mace?
Goobers,
Oh,
I'm a
Goobers.
big fan.
Chocolate
Although
covered peanuts.
I think
Yeah.
I refer to Raisinets as my favorite.
Yeah,
I like
Raisinets.
Love
Raisinets. as
Raisinets.
the best.
Who doesn't love
Raisinets?
Although Junior Mint's also very good.
Also
Very
good.
refreshing.
Yes,
Yes,
very
it's
refreshing.
Junior and some mint.
And they don't make noise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's Milk Duds, too.
Oh,
They
Milk
pull your
Duds.
fillings-
Right,
They pull
yes.
your fillings out. Little Super Crosstalk coming up next.
The NFL schedule drops today at 5 p.m. and we'll be all over it on Sedano and Cap on 710 ESPN. As we find out how the Rams 2025 fall looks, we'll also be on top of the marquee matchups ahead of the NFL season.
Don't miss the NFL schedule release.
Today at 5 p.m. on 710 ESPN.
On the all-new ESPN LA app.
And on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
Waba Grill is an LA original, so we've got to keep it real. Real fresh with our Asian-inspired menu that's grilled to order every time.
Take me up and never put me down.
Real quality with our marinated proteins like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Enjoy $5 happy hour weekdays after 3 p.m. with our 5-piece pork veggie dumplings and a value-sized premium beverage drink like our creamy and delicious Thai tea. Waba Grill, keeping it real every day for you.
KSPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. It's time for Super Crosstalk.
Whoa. Ireland is in Idaho. DeMarco had some Rams respond. They're getting ready for the schedule release show.
Yeah, schedule release.
He's going to go do. How many prime timers do you think they're going to get, guys?
Well, we have the Rams schedule, mates. Are we allowed to say it, or do we have to hold it?
There's a leak, but I don't know. What's no?
No.
All right.
I've been told no.
There's a leak that may or may not be correct. That's
okay.
I'm told that we're not supposed to discuss the leak.
Gotcha.
Detroit's got to be on a Monday or Sunday night, right? Got to be.
Gotta be. Yeah.
Philadelphia, Monday or Sunday night.
I was like, I don't know.
Philadelphia? No, crickets on Philadelphia?
Prime time. But
okay. All right.
Yeah. We're not allowed to say.
Yeah, apparently.
Emily, is that the official position? Don't say any of the potential leaks.
I'm just guessing.
Sedano and Cap will be having a live reaction to the announcement.
So we're protecting
guessing.
their show by not going.
If you're really
with
curious,
this.
you can go on this thing called the internet.
Right.
Yeah, they have some
yes,
of
you
it.
can.
Oh, I haven't heard of it.
Yeah,
Is it-
they have.
is
They
it
have
still-
an internet thing. Al Gore invented it.
Oh, that's what I've heard.
Yeah.
I did hear that
He also
invented
invented pants. Weirdly.
Ah.
Yeah. He was a great inventor.
Good
yes.
invention. Austin Barnes, designated for assignment.
I'm very
longest
surprised
tenured
by
Dodger
this.
position player.
Yeah, I mean Dalton Rushing is a great. He's their
Supposed
number
to be
one
able to hit.
prospect. Was having a very good start at OKC, batting .308, 5 homers, 17 RBIs, 938 OPS. Played 2 games and left.
Okay.
Mostly caught.
Has he played any third base?
He has played third base.
Okay.
Left-handed hitter. We could see him deployed in multiple situations.
It gives them a ton of versatility that you don't have with Barnes.
Yes.
Well, I don't think this is about Barnes. I think it's about rushing. I just think that they, well, give me your thoughts on this. Had they kept Barnes through this season, at some point he would have hit his 10-year mark. And doesn't that make it more expensive if you've been with like one team for 10 years or it gives him a no trade
Well,
or
he's got
something?
an expiring contract this year. I don't know exactly the detail. I don't. He's not making much.
He doesn't
but his
make
contract
a ton.
goes away after
But
this year.
it could be like one of those 10-5 guys you're talking
Right,
about,
that's
John.
what I'm saying.
Yeah. That's interesting. Maybe they get out ahead of that, but I
or
thought,
maybe it's just because Austin Barnes can't hit. This is just a theory.
And Dalton Rushing can't.
Yes, exactly.
That's what
club
it is.
option for 20. Oh no, they picked up. So he's out after this year. He's not under contract.
So he obviously does not swing the bat in a way that's terribly impactful, right?
No.
He's not a bat that you're worried about coming off the bench.
Nope.
Rushings might be. So I understand the decision to
Yep.
do it. The part that I think complicates it a little bit is he is tight with Clayton Kershaw.
Yes.
That when Clayton Kershaw pitches, Austin Barnes catches. Clayton Kershaw is going to pitch on Saturday.
Yeah.
And the
Right, but Trev, you already said you don't think Kershaw's going to be on the postseason roster. So what difference does it make?
Well, you need him every 5 days right
you
now.
may need him until the postseason, and the way things are going, who knows?
No
Maybe he will
Roki,
be
no
on.
Snell,
No anybody. It's
no,
Yamamoto,
it's-
Gonsolin, and
It
May.
really is. I mean, you absolutely need Clayton. And this is what I said all along is you don't know how I don't know if he's going to pitch in the postseason or not, but they're going to need starts from him, and now is the time. They really need to. Now, I don't know exactly the way it lines up because Dave also hinted that tomorrow would be a bullpen game, but I think Kershaw is still targeting Saturday.
Yeah.
But, John, they really only got 5 starting pitchers right now, and
Knack
Kershaw's
has
one of
been
them.
getting clobbered.
Yeah,
so
Knack-
that I don't know how long you continue to do that unless you have no other option.
Yeah. So Kershaw is important now.
Very,
very important.
And it's weird, and I don't know if this happened for you guys yesterday when Sasaki got placed on the IL.
Oh, I was like right away.
This was the first time all season, and not that they're not going to make the playoffs, not that they're not going to, none of that, but it's like, man, is it just not meant to be? Like there are he's down. Snell pitched twice and went down. Glasnow did what he always does and went down. That Ohtani has gotten pushed back from, hey, maybe last year he could pitch in the World Series to he'll be ready for the beginning of the year till he's going to pitch at the end of July. Like now we've pushed that another 10 months down the road, basically. Is it time to at least kind of shoot up the flare of, are we sure everything's going to be okay? I'm not worried, but it's not nothing anymore.
If they hadn't gotten through last year's World Series with virtually no contribution
no
from
Trinan,
starting
no
pitchers,
Kepek, no Gratterall, like they don't have any
all
of these
guys now are an issue. Yeah,
no Phillips, like
bullpen's
all these
worn
guys
down. Phillips, it doesn't sound good. By the way, Snell, I heard today is at least a month away. Hasn't picked up baseball yet. Glasnow apparently picked up a baseball, but that's a month out. I mean, Roki Sasaki, shoulder impingement.
A lot of
he
guys.
could be gone for a while.
Any worry for you, Ireland?
Trev, we've got that bet that if they win it all, I've got to do your show, and if they don't, you've got to do mine.
Yep.
I still favor you a little bit in that bet because I can't come up with who the other team would be that knocks the Dodgers out. If the Dodgers don't win it, who does?
I think there's a couple of options. I think the Phillies and the Padres in the National League are real contenders.
Yep.
And I think that on the other side, when you look
By
at
the way, I also think the Cubs are a contender.
I do too.
Yeah.
I'd throw the Cubs in there. I think the Yankees and the Tigers on the other half of the draw are real teams.
Yeah.
Right, but if the Dodgers had to play a 7-game series against any of the teams you just mentioned, would you not pick the Dodgers in every one?
If their pitching is what it is right now, today,
Yes.
John, I don't know if I would.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know if I would. I think that
Mace, you would, though, right?
Absolutely. Look, it would be.
Dustin May takes the ball in Game 2 of the World Series with Tony Gonsolin waiting in Game 3 and Landon Knack in Game 4.
Yeah, I would just go back to last.
Trinan, no
I would go
Kopech,
back to
no
last
Gratterall,
year's
no
World
Phillips.
Series and say, they had Yamamoto, they had Walker Buehler, who was off of a really, really rough start. They didn't really have a full complement of starting pitchers, and they still found a way to do it because they're so good to have so much depth. But I think it is fair to wonder. Well, Glasnow, maybe not.
but
Snell, at least a month. Roki Sasaki, shoulder impingement, maybe not.
The team last year, though, keep in mind, Michael Kopech, essential to their success.
Oh, absolutely.
Right?
Evan Phillips.
Blake Trinan, essential to their success. Evan Phillips, essential. None of those guys are on the team right now.
But you know what's hard to say with the Dodgers is if they were like Kopech is on the 60-day, Trinan is on the 60-day. I wonder if that's not just an element of the Dodgers laying back a little bit and saying we're not going to force Blake Trinan on because we need him more in August, September, October than we do in May, June, July. I mean, I don't know if that's kind of what their thinking is. I wonder if that's their thinking with Sasaki, although I wonder Sasaki apparently had shoulder stuff
in Japan.
In Japan, and then also during his last couple of starts, and didn't tell the team.
I would be willing to subscribe to the idea that they're playing poker with one or two of these guys.
Yeah.
The entire pitching staff.
Yeah, no,
that's a lot of guys to say. We'll just catch you down the road. I don't know. John, did you apply for the Laker trainer job that's open?
No, but I'm very surprised that this has turned into a thing. California employment law is pretty clear. You have to post these jobs.
Wait, is that right?
Yeah.
But why wouldn't... But
Mace, you ran movie theaters. You know this.
But I never had to post a job.
Well, but we do it good karma.
Coming for you.
No, we do it our place. Ask Stephanie. Ask anybody. If we have a job opening and we don't post it, we're in violation of California law.
But why wouldn't JJ in his head just say, I know exactly the right guy?
He does. He probably does.
But
He
every
does.
job, they don't do it with the general manager. Do they?
They
post
did. Of course, they did it with my job.
Well, I understand your job, but they posted for the general manager.
I think they have to. I think it's just funny
everything.
because it's strength and conditioning, and that seems to be the.
And by the way,
buzzword
it's
for the
not
Lakers.
just the Lakers. It's the Clippers. It's the Warriors.
Yeah.
It's the Kings. It's any team that operates in California. You are legally required to post this job. They're not going to hire some. They're not going to hire Chris Morales off the street because he wants to be the trainer.
$250K a year. It's a good job.
Is that what did they put out the salary too? $250
Well, they have to.
Yeah.
It's all part of the. Mace, I'm surprised you never had to post at the movie theater.
Well, I'm just hiring a kid to sell popcorn. I don't
Right,
have to post
but-
a popcorn job. Where would I post it?
No, if we hire as
The
much
LA
as
Times.
a part-time board op, Bergman has to post it.
But what I'm saying is, I operated a movie theater. You
They're
just
not-
hire the next kid that comes in the door.
They're not going to come arrest you, but I think to the letter of the law, John's right.
Where would I even post my movie theater popcorn job?
Monster.com.
Yeah, any of these jobs.
That's it. I mean,
ZipRecruiter.
Yeah, ZipRecruiter.
Here's the thing: we were always hiring. You walk through the door, you get a job.
You get a job.
That's the way that worked.
What did the popcorn get paid?
Minimum.
Okay.
Minimum wage.
Okay.
Our managers got paid
free popcorn.
A good salary.
Okay.
Yeah.
What does a movie theater manager do?
Make sure the film's running, make sure the show times are out there, make sure manage the staff, all that kind of stuff.
Manage the popcorn
Yeah,
kid.
manage the popcorn kid. Exactly. Somebody's got to manage the popcorn kid.
Don't give away the schedule. 5 o'clock.
No, I know. It's top secret. Don't
Trav,
look
I'll
online.
just say this. I think you're wrong about the Lions. That's
Okay.
what I'll leave you with.
There you go.
I'll keep my fingers crossed. That
Yes.
one needs to be on prime time. That's Super Crosstalk. We'll see you tomorrow.
The Who is coming to the Hollywood Bowl on September 17th for The Song Is Over, their North American farewell tour.